Hi, Mark here from the Tangent Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 364.
The reconnected podcast on the network.
Alright, that works.
I guess. Brah, brah, brah. We back, bitches.
Oh, man. Wow.
All their sound effects and stuff.
Right.
Sure, I got something else that'll fit into that.
So, I've pointed out before, like when we hit marks sometimes, that...
sometimes when we hit Benjamins.
Right. It's all about the Benjamins.
Yes.
Anyway, 364 episodes is roughly 7 years worth of, like, calendar worth of, a podcast a week for 7 years. So
our podcast has gotten out of the toddler phase and into the annoying cunt phase.
Yes. We're not officially 7 yet. That won't come until August, but we're right there.
Birthday party.
Yeah.
With a cake.
We should.
Maybe a clown. Possibly a stripper.
Right. Why not a clown stripper?
Have a koozie around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh wait, stripper clown?
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
You don't want to know where her squeaky nose is at. Or do you?
Wow. The old squeaky
like,
clit
is that
gag.
a squeaky nose? Or is that an outbreak?
Yeah, that's probably not somewhere you want a giant red bulbous thing.
No.
Yeah.
Like, kids, don't squeak that.
Kids. I don't think kids should be at the stripper clown thing.
You don't think so?
No. I do remember years ago when I went with my dad to the bowling alley one night, because bowling in a league, and somebody there, it was their birthday, so some of the guys hired a clown stripper that was a very Rubenesque lady, we'll say, and she came in and dude, she was all like rubbing up on him, doing like, and I just remember one of the guys my dad bowls with, like immediately running over to me, turning me toward the arcade and just handing me a handful of quarters. It was like, go play games.
The bowling alley let a clown stripper in.
Yeah, she didn't go like full Monty, but
Right.
Yes. Well, actually, the reason, if I'm not mistaken, this happened twice that I remember. The time I'm referring to, the guy who worked the counter, who was basically the manager of the bowling alley, not the owner, but the manager, he pretty much set it up, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you didn't know, Brian, is there was 35 other clown strippers waiting in the car.
Boy, that would have been something.
Right?
Wow. Yikes.
Another clown runs in, pies her to the face, she just eats it.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yep.
No?
Yeah. Just doing the never-ending anal beads.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, wow, that's impressive.
Like, Jesus.
Like, are you sure those aren't your intestines he's pulling out? Like,
I mean, at first it was pretty funny, but we're 10 minutes in.
yeah, like, I'm concerned for your safety now. How'd you get all those in there? Oh my.
Wow. I just arbitrarily threw clown stripper out there. Mm-hmm. I should have known it's actually a thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It's something I've never looked for and don't plan on it.
Right.
But yeah, that's fascinating.
See, it's perfect for that friend of yours that's terrified of clowns, but absolutely loves strippers.
Right.
That way they can get a fear boner if nothing else.
Well, it's true. Here's where my stupid, sick mind goes next now. Mm-hmm. Clown porn.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it exists.
That's got to be a thing, right?
Yeah.
Who's into this?
Yeah, that's the real question. You picture the
this is where I wish I had a bike horn because I could reenact the sounds of clown porn.
Yeah. I'll bet the balloon animals in clown porn are ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Yikes.
It's true. Wow. This is a whole new clown avenue I never considered.
You should have.
All right.
Yeah. New line of income for you.
Clown lesbian porn. Juggling dildos.
Right.
That's entertainment.
Is it?
Dude, this is an act right here. I got you. All right. So, it's like the knife thrower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a clown on the board.
Mm-hmm.
You have the other clown juggling dildos, but they're the suction cup ones. She's just throwing them. It's sticking.
Yeah.
Except the last one, right in the mouth.
Right. All right.
Or clown vagina, whatever, which I can only assume has a big bozo wig on it.
That seems like that would be incredibly painful.
Well, if someone launched a dildo from 10 yards right into you?
Yeah, like overhand throws one at you.
Yeah.
It'd be different if they underhanded or something, but even then, that seems rough.
That's true.
Yeah. Although I will say this. If I were somewhere and they were like, this is going to be happening, I'd be like, we have to stick around for this. Cause,
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll have another drink.
Yeah. Like, I need to see
I was
this.
going to close out my tab, but give me one more.
Right, exactly. That would definitely sell me another drink.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I drove by a strip club and it said, tonight only, clown strippers throwing suction cup dildos, one, I'm pulling a U-turn.
Right. You want to get a good seat.
Handbrake turn.
Right. You just get out of your car and run. Just leave it in the street. Yeah. Oh, or that. Yeah.
Oh man, he's ghost riding the whip, if I remembers that reference.
Wow. Instead, you just run inside.
Just run inside.
Throw the keys at the valet.
To a bunch of orphans
Right.
also running towards the strippers.
That seems weird. Unless they're, well...
Children love clowns, Brian.
You're right. And strippers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, as the car's rolling and you're running out, you get out and you just throw the keys to the valet, because some of the places have valets, and, you just keep running inside.
Just a homeless guy digging through the garbage.
Yeah, whatever. you have other things to worry about at that point. You can't worry about who owns a car at that point.
This is true. I have to worry about the greatest show on earth.
Right. You have to get a good seat for that.
Barnum and Bailey are a bunch of hacks compared to this.
I agree. Man.
Yeah, I'm in.
Mm-hmm. I hope this already exists.
Unless you're terrified of clowns. Then this is a horror story.
Yeah, it might be. The best part would be like when they're going to do that act, if they're like, we're going to need someone from the audience. Like, tie up some random guy from the audience.
Pick the terrified guy.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Or the guy who's just been obnoxious all night.
Well, yeah.
And you just, as hard as you can, just hit him in the face with every dildo there is.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to think other things now.
No?
What sort of obscure, weird stripper is there? What's the weirdest thing you could think of?
Oh, that's a
like
good question.
cosplay strippers, that's easy. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Clowns, that one kind of threw me, I'll be honest.
I would love to ask some strippers, like, what's the weirdest, like, request they've ever gotten. Like, whether it's for outfit or scenario or whatever,
Right. Like, all right, I need you for this bachelor party, but here's what I need you to do. It's like one of those situations, right?
Yeah.
Like, I need you to put on all his stepfather's clothing. The fuck?
Wow.
We're gonna turn the lights off, and you gotta creep in the room.
Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah, right?
I would hope they charge
I
extra.
don't know what the scenario could be.
Yeah. I don't know, because it's just like whatever it is I can think of, somebody else is probably thinking of something that I would go, whoa, that is weird, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. The phones are live. Caller 8. Let us know what your weird stripper scenario is.
Right?
Honk, honk. 3 tickets to Foreigner at the Rib Fest. Oh, God.
No, it's Morris Day at the Rib Fest this year.
Oh, well, whatever. And the time?
I think it just advertises Morris Day. Oh, jeez. But I think the next day is Michael McDonald.
Oh, we used to do Michael McDonald on our show. Remember that shit?
Yeah. Oh my God, I'd forgotten about it, but yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. It sure was. Oh my.
Probably about 6.5 years ago.
Yeah, probably. Oh man. It's like he's right here.
I know, right?
Damn, I didn't know you set that interview up.
I'm eating ribs.
That would be the best if he were walking around getting rib sauce.
The sauce is pretty spicy. Oh.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh man. Whew. Then after the Rib Fest, we can take him to the clown stripper show.
Exactly.
I'm sure he'd love that.
Sure, he'd love it.
Yeah,
he's sticking rib bones in all kinds of weird places.
Whoa. I don't think that's allowed.
No, he's a silver fox. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, if you go by what we've seen at bars, I mean...
That's accurate.
A little flashback for those who've been around for a long time, I'm sure.
You ever had a gnarled knuckle in your ass crack?
God, that dude who's just all the way down the back of that woman's pants.
Good Lord.
Man.
Let me just check your oil real quick.
Talk about fish hooking somebody. I mean, you're like,
Jesus.
It's like a reach around fish hook kind of gimmick.
I know, right? Ooh. Like, sir, she's not a Muppet.
Yeah. She almost was.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck. That was that was something. Oh man.
I can only hope he rubbed his eye and got pink eye 2 days later.
That'd be great. Yeah. I don't know, from that angle, wouldn't it be brown eye probably?
Yeah, good point.
Yikes. Oh man. I love seeing when people think they're getting away with shit like that, or like, you know, a little grope here and there kind of a thing. You know, like they think they're just being sneaky and they don't realize that literally everyone sees it.
That's the magic of booze.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you know, just a row or maybe 2 rows down from us when we went to that NASCAR race, there is basically someone like 3 inches from getting fingered right in the middle of the crowd. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
3 inches from getting fingers, my new metal band, by the way.
It's a sick band. Oh man.
Oh shit.
If they hit single, please trim your nails.
I have a tweet about that. Nobody likes a box cutter.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Ooh.
Good times.
Yeah. So, how's your 2 weeks been?
Man, it's been a whirlwind of 2 weeks. I mean, obviously I was gone last week because we were on vacation.
Right.
Going to see a college way up in the tippy top of Michigan for my sonny boy.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, you know, obviously I have stuff to talk about, but it's not as nonsensical as a lot of my vacation stories are. Because it was so much like every day we were doing stuff.
Right.
So, you know, in hindsight, it wasn't much of a vacation for me.
Yeah.
But overall, it was good for the family, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never really had that day where I could just kick up my feet and be like, time to have about 83 beers.
Sure.
Despite my social media.
Yeah.
Because we did have a lot of beer. It was just taking little nips to try them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we, you know, went to my parents' place, and then from there went up to Ludington. Well, we did the old West Coast hop through Holland, Michigan, stopped at New Holland Brewing.
Naturally.
Went to Grand Haven, stopped at Odd Sides, had some delicious beers there. We stopped up at Ludington the next day. We were taking a ferry over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this hotel I found, it was called, like online, it's called the Pier House. It looks all marvelous and shit.
Yeah.
It was good, but it wasn't as advertised on their website. Because it was a murder hotel.
Ooh, nice.
You know, the front doors facing the parking lot situation.
Awesome. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, to be fair, from where we were sitting, if you looked around the building in front of us,
right,
you could see Lake Michigan. I mean, it was literally a block from the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. The beds were but the highlight was we're sitting up there after we went to the beach and we went to a brewery, had dinner. I did have a couple pints there because we were just walking home. So,
right. Yeah.
Feeling good on the walk home and all that jazz.
Sure.
But, you know, we're sitting out on our little, cause we're up on the second story. And pterodactyls out there. We're sitting out on our second story and they have like lawn chairs out for all the rooms so you can just hang out, you know? Mm-hmm. And of course we're out there just, buying, smashing beers cause we bought so much beer with us.
Yeah.
Cause why wouldn't you? Going camping and shit.
Right.
But our neighbors come in, and me, Brian, once I have a few in me, I'll just be like, hey, to, anybody.
Right.
And we start bullshitting with this lady, and then her husband comes out, and it was, I don't remember her name, because she doesn't really stand out. She's very kind of mousy and quiet.
Okay.
But it was Marty and his wife, and they're from Chicago.
Okay.
And they're doing like a tour of Western Michigan. And we must have talked to this guy. I don't remember going to bed. We stayed up late just bullshitting. This guy was a riot. And he was just telling us stories about Chicago and just the only thing that really stands out.
Now, you mean the band, not the city, right?
Yeah, the band.
Yeah, of course.
He's a roadie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the main thing that stands out in my mind about this guy, because he was funny, is his wife. He's like, hey, honey, could you get me another beer? They're in the fridge. And she goes inside, and we're out there bullshitting. And she's like, Marty, I can't find it. He's like, they're right. And he just goes, hold on a second, fellas. I got to go in there and slap her around.
Wow. Yeah.
Which he was joking.
Right.
But it was hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, the old Ludington. But
yeah, really quick. Ludington sounds like a TV town, doesn't it?
It does. It's an odd town.
Yeah.
Like, we went to the beach, and you feel like you're at the ocean. It's all sand, and you can't see it. Obviously, land on the other side, and there's surf.
Mm-hmm.
The water was pretty chilly.
Shark attacks.
It was like shark attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Shark attacks.
That's worse.
It is. But it's like a marina. I don't know, there's something cool about the town. But instead of us driving through Chicago like we did a few years back and then up Wisconsin, in Ludington you can take the SS Badger,
right,
across the lake there, and it's actually part of the highway. Like, if you Google Highway 10, that's part of it.
That's funny.
So, like, they load semis and shit on this thing.
Oh wow,
it's weird. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
So, we get up next morning, go to this place called Cops and Donuts. I'm pretty sure I have diabetes now from eating a 1 pound cream stick.
Yep.
But this boat, it's actually a historical landmark.
Okay.
It's like the last operating coal steamship in the U.S. And that's just what it does every day. It goes back and forth from Ludington to Manitowoc, or however fuck you pronounce that crazy name.
Sure.
But dude, it was like a 4-hour trip across the lake, and we just hung out, played some games, looked at the sights. I had a red snapper, very tasty. UHF reference, which is just a Bloody Mary made with gin, which I didn't know was a thing, but it was pretty good.
Wow, I didn't either. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty delicious. But I don't know. I would do the old Badger trip again, because that was relaxing.
Yeah,
that was a nice 4 hours just to hang out.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it was good. But from Ludington, we're like, everyone's like starving. Well, we're in Wisconsin. In Green Bay, there's a place called Titletown Brewing. You'll never guess what the theme is, Brian.
Montreal Canadiens?
Yes. I can only assume Donald Driver has something to do with this brewery.
Okay.
And the place is enormous.
Yeah.
Because it's on Donald Driver Avenue.
Okay.
Pull in. There's a giant statue of Donald Driver, like catching a ball.
Right.
Full color.
Oh, wow.
I think he's balanced on a big giant football, too.
Okay. Wow.
I got a picture of it on my Instagram if you want to check it out, guys.
Right.
But so across the street, they have the brewery and the cannery, and it's enormous buildings. They look brand new. And then you have the tap house, which is some old building that's on the river. And I don't know, the food and beer was pretty legit. Yeah, but it was definitely a Packer place.
Yeah, well.
And I had to like hide my inner Chicago Bear stuff.
Yeah.
I got lynched.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear you.
Right?
Oof. Please tell me they had a bunch of gimmicky, like, designated driver / Donald Driver pun references by the door.
They had zero of that stuff.
Damn. All right.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You would think.
Be a designated driver. Catch your buddy. I don't know, whatever. It's some bullshit.
Yeah. Is your buddy in the end zone? Yeah. Well. If what Donald Driver should do is he should open up his own like Uber type service within Green Bay and be Donald's Drivers.
Yes, that would be great.
Yes,
and of course,
free idea for you.
Yeah, that's pretty
Just
strong.
Promote salty language in all your drivers.
Yep,
cars or whatever. That's all they play on the radio is our podcast.
Yeah.
There's enough content.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There is for any ride for sure.
Ride. Yeah.
Yikes.
But from Green Bay and all that, we had to drive all the way to our cabin, which was literally in the middle of nowhere.
Awesome.
It was, they told us when we rented it, make sure you bring food because the nearest city is like 40 minutes away.
They just handed you a map with an X on it and they're like, this is where it's rumored to be.
That's kind of how it felt like, honestly, because when I had the address and I put it into Google Maps, it just put me on the road. It didn't specify where.
Oh, wow.
I was like, well, that's interesting,
Right.
And of course, there's no Google Street View back there.
Right, of course not.
So I was just like, But I mean, it took us a while to get there. And then you drive like 20 minutes off this windy road through all these lakes and shit. And it's like driving along a goddamn, ramen noodle. That's how curvy it was. It was crazy.
Nice.
And then we get to our road and it's just dirt. And it's another 10-minute drive. And as you're going up this dirt road, the old dirt road, Brian.
Yep.
That's how you get brown, right?
Yep.
The trees and the foliage just get narrower and narrower. Oops, and then we round this bend and you see the first cottage and there's just some odd shirtless guy standing there waving at us like, oh, hey, because he probably hear us coming all the way up the road.
Probably. Yeah.
We're like, hey, we wave. And then you continue along this road and it's getting narrower and like the bushes and shit are hitting the side of our car. And then we find our cabin.
Right.
But dude, this place was the best.
Nice.
Like it was like this log cabin, looked, fairly newish. The people who provide Airbnb, they actually they had a lot of stuff in there for us to use. There's a kayak, a boat, like a little, they call them a John boat, a little flat bottom rowboat. There's all kinds of yard games. I mean, the place is awesome.
Like running away from a bear.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay. That's my favorite yard game in the woods.
I mean, there was zero cell service. Well, I mean, okay, but when I say zero, barely.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have none, sometimes you have 3G.
Wow. Like savages.
And then they did have Wi-Fi, but it was based off of a Verizon hotspot, so it wasn't that great.
Oh, yeah.
So I was posting pictures and I just let them upload it,
Yeah.
But man, I mean, I'm used to the lake my parents' place is at. And, there's 800 people out reenacting Girls Gone Wild at the sandbar. And there's 1,000 boats going by and sheriffs and assholes on jet skis and people shooting fireworks.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
This place, it was just nothing. Like you just hear birds chirping and you might hear like a dog barking from one of the cat, but
or banjo.
It was
yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. Dude, it was just so peaceful.
Nice.
It was killer.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only regret is we had to reschedule Logan's college visit.
Yeah.
For the one day that we were going to spend all day there, so I missed out on basically cottage time.
Right.
For more driving college tours, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But we're definitely going back. The place is great. Like we went out the second night we were there because the first night was overcast. And because you're so far out, you can see the Milky Way and shit,
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
And, wake up in the morning, there's loons and crap out on the lake, like, whatever loons do.
By loons, you mean local drunks.
Yes. Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, that shit's my jam right there. I could go out there and just, that's how I relax, is just doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bears thing, they left us a note that was like, hey, when you have a full garbage can, don't put the garbage outside, put it in the basement, 'cause bears.
Right.
And they're like, no, seriously, we have bears.
Right.
And now, like, all the way out by the road that you first turn onto to get the end of the dirt road, there's a thing called a bear cage, and it's a pretty heavy metal box that, they come and clean out. The garbage truck comes once a week and cleans it out like they do in any neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
And you just have to transport the garbage out to the bear cage.
And hope a bear doesn't get a whiff of you in the meantime.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, talk about a survival game. You have to get this bag of trash from this point to the bear cage before the bear gets you.
Before the bear's where? Where? That's the name.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And I see things happening on my Skype screen I don't like. Oh, we're back.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, we did go up to which it's up in Houghton, Michigan, which is the tippy top of the UP.
Right.
Which, by the way, that drive, I mean, it's a long drive and you're driving literally through moose country. There's signs, next 30 miles, moose. It's like, oh, great.
Right.
I feel like hitting a dinosaur.
Yeah, it really would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But, But the part where, because of, the Upper Peninsula's got this little, like, mini peninsula off the top, there's this part where you're driving towards it, and you round this bend, and the trees break, and it's just, you're looking across the water at that peninsula. Fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, takes your breath away kind of beauty, Yeah, that's kind of, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then you drive along a road. I went to get on that, like, thumb. You drive along a road along the water almost the whole time, and then finally you cut into the middle to go towards the town.
Right.
But, cool town. They're still cleaning up from all those nasty floods they got.
Oh, yeah.
They got a good brewery there. We checked that out.
Oh, wow.
We did not end up going to the tip, which is Copper Harbor, like I wanted to do, but we're going to go back next year and definitely do that.
Yeah.
But, my son, he loved the college. They get, on average, like 20 plus feet of snow during the winter.
That'll be fun. Yep.
Yeah, but they say they're like, that was the first thing they brought up, and like, we embrace it. We've got a club that basically, once it snows, they build pretty much buildings out of the snow just for funsies.
Right. Well, we got to do something with it, right?
Like, I think it's 90% of the students' population plays broom ball once it snows, which is hockey with brooms and balls and no skates.
Right.
Kind of sounds fun, actually.
Yeah.
And, part if he does end up going, it feels like he's going there, but, they're all about being outdoorsy, so every day he can go ski for free, or he can go play golf for free if it's warm.
Oh, that's
just,
cool.
And he'd really it's like one of the top environmental schools around. So, he actually got to talk to the department head, too, which was cool.
Nice.
It's the first time we've been on a college tour that they've done that. Usually you just walk around with some dopey student.
Yeah. Right, that way they can identify with the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Ours, we eventually did get a tour of a student, and nice kid, but he was kind of a dope, but whatever. It is what it is.
At any point, did he turn his hat backwards and or sit on a chair backwards to, be cooler with the youths? Okay.
He did go, he's like, I've only been doing this a little bit, and my walking backwards game isn't that great, so if I'm going to hit something, please let me know.
Oh, man.
So there's more than one time Jeannie was like pointing, like, right.
Yeah. Right.
Because there's only like 4 of us on this tour.
Right. Yeah. And then he hits an iceberg and yeah.
Yeah, right into a bear trap.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We all point and laugh.
Yeah. It's like, sweet, we can dangle him out front for a sacrifice to the bears.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. As one does.
Oh, and of course, after the 4-hour tour, which was the hottest day of the year we had there, all the way north, most of the buildings don't have air conditioning. We were parched.
Right.
Good thing 5 minutes from campus is a brewery.
Ooh, that's convenient.
I know, right? And it's in an old-timey building downtown, so it's a cool vibe to the place.
Mm.
Beer was cheap and good. Growler fills are $9.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Mm-mm.
And then we had to drive all the way back.
It's the problem with sledding down a big hill.
Exactly, yeah. That would be great, actually.
Yeah.
And I know, like, Texas listeners are like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I have a hard time wrapping my head around how big Michigan is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, the reason we rescheduled the college tour was the next day we're leaving to go to Bel Air, which is back on the Lower Peninsula. And if we would have done the college tour that day, we would have had to meet everybody else at like 11 o'clock midnight. Because by the time we would have drove to the college, done the tour, and then drove back down to Bel Air, it would have been total of like 8 hours driving.
Nice.
Fuck that. It was worth me losing my day of relaxation to not have that day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah. Oofa is all I can say.
Right.
But yeah, so we, hit Bel Air next, and this whole time we're just plowing through breweries. Total number of breweries we hit 16.
Nice.
Yeah. Because that's what, my wife and her brother and his wife, that's what we do.
Yeah.
It got to the point, like, on the last day, Leah's like, I am so sick of breweries. Which normally they love them because the food's always good. They usually have root beer or something,
Yeah.
They were just done with them.
Right. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, that is a lot, you know.
It is a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them, it was usually lunch or dinner, but some of them was like, let's just stop in, you know, get an app and a flight, and then leave.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and it was pretty much all the beers everywhere. With that amount of people, it's easy to
Sure,
do.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, we went to Bel Air today, which is lovely Shorts' drink, which I'm actually drinking one of their beers right now.
Woo!
That place, middle of the week, I had to wait for dinner. Packed.
Really?
Which small town, you've been to Bel Air. It's not a big town.
No, it's not.
It just shows people just drive there to go there and then leave.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, even, you know, Grand Rapids is what it is, but it's like most of the time, the few times I've been to Founders, it was, you know, real busy.
Packed.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. But, so we ended up staying the night in Shorts at this place called like Stony River, Stony Creek. I don't know.
Right.
It's this inn a block away from Shorts. And the inn was cool. They had all this.
You'd think
shit
they would
in the
have,
back, like,
you'd think they would never have an opening.
yeah, I know, right?
Because you
Well,
could
middle of the
stagger
week.
back there. Yeah, true.
And it was actually pretty affordable too, considering the location. And it was a nice place.
Mm.
I mean, like you walk in and the lobby was awesome. They had a pool table and a foosball table, and then you go out back and there's a hot tub and all these chairs along the river, hammocks and fire pits. And it was like, wow, this place is cool. Who knew?
Yeah.
You know, but we went to Shorts, had all the beers,
Right.
of course. You know, went back to the place, hung out back, just drinking more beer, and then crashed. And the next morning I wake up, I'm always the first one up, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, at this point, after all this eating and drinking all week, I'm like, I need to go for a walk. I need to do something.
Right.
Yeah, so I go out and I start stomping around Bel Air. And, I kind of basically go around the block, and I'm coming back towards the Stony Ridge, and I look, I'm like, oh, fuck, there's like a park over there across the bridge, because there's a river right there, and obviously, because the inn's on it.
Yeah.
So I'm going back to this park, and I can hear a waterfall.
Mm.
So I was like, well, let me go look at that, because I like looking at stuff.
Not supposed to chase waterfalls, Tony.
I know, TLC, right? R.I.P. Left Eye.
I know. They told you.
But I find the waterfall thing, and I see there's a path in the woods. I was like, oh, cool. Let's go down this path in the woods now.
This is how horror movies happen, Tony.
Basically.
Or the beginning of like a Law and Order episode. Some jogger finds your body.
Yeah. So I'm walking along this path in the woods, and there was some sort of animal out there. Because, out of the corner of my eye, some large mass dropped out of one of the trees and took off running through the woods.
Oh my.
I don't know what it was.
Clearly a
They
Sasquatch.
clearly didn't like me back there.
Right.
I was about ready to go into the river and get covered in mud like Predator.
Smart, yeah, right. Clearly it was a Sasquatch, Tony.
In the river, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I thought I was.
I thought they were hairier.
I had my shirt on.
Oh. Right.
But so I'm walking along this path, and I can hear the river again, and I pop out on this bank, and I look, and I'm directly across from the Stony Inn. And early, like the previous day, Leah was telling me that she was out in the river because it was so shallow. Mm-hmm. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to cross the river.
Oh, jeez.
Wasn't that deep. Ended up getting my shorts pretty wet, though.
Right. Not because of the water, though.
Oh, yeah, just sheer joy.
Yeah.
It was just nothing but ejaculate.
Wow.
I have to admit, the water felt really good that early in the morning.
Yeah.
It was like cool and crisp, and I was just like, this is nice.
It was like being in a Bush beer commercial.
So I didn't have to worry about my shoes,
Right.
Yeah. It was all right. Walking across, I'm sure if someone was staying at the Stony Inn, here comes some bearded guy coming out of the woods, coming across the river.
Yeah. Going inside, they're dropping their cell phone because they're all nervous trying to dial 911 or whatever,
As my shadow goes across their blinds.
Right. The innkeeper comes out, hits you with a trank.
I wake up at the edge of town with my bag like I'm, Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Or Bill Bixby, or whatever the fuck his name was in that show.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. That was a fun little experience, though. Nice little nature walk.
Yeah.
But yeah, from Bel Air, we went to Traverse City, which we had to swing through Elk Rapids to hit Shorts' other facility,
No.
because they got the pub,
Right.
which I found out talking to the woman who works at their production facility in Elk Rapids. That's where they brew the pub. They actually brew beer that they serve at the pub.
Okay.
The production facility is where they brew everything that gets bottled and shipped out.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, we drank a beer that we had to put all the stats for an Untapped. Because I went and asked her, because, they had some cherry barrel, whatever, or it wasn't barrel age, it was some cherry nonsense.
Yeah.
And I went and asked her, I'm like, is this a collaboration with, Cherry Republic, or, because I can't find this beer in Untapped.
Right.
And she's like, you know what? It's so new, it's probably not even in there yet. It's like, oh,
Nice.
okay. So, and they have all the information on the board, so.
Right.
But, out of the back of their factory, they put in a beer garden, which is basically just a bunch of pergolas in their parking lot, but whatever. It was nice.
Right. Well, you got to grow your beer somewhere. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, so we stopped there, had a couple pints, and then went to Traverse City, which I love Traverse City. I do not like Great Wolf Lodge. That's where we stayed, because my niece and nephew, I get it.
Yeah.
My kids were young ones too, but goddamn, I'm putting my foot down. Last time, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
It's just my kids are old enough that they like just water slides and swimming, but it's really geared towards the young kids.
Yeah.
Like if it was a Kalahari, that might be different.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know they have pool bars and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they did have an outdoor pool bar and they had a bar on the inside the water park. But dude, like you would not enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because the chlorine is so thick, it's hard to breathe.
It's funny though, because the flip of that is that if I walked into a place like that and it wasn't, I would be terrified.
Well, yeah, that. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I would.
I hung out. They have an adults only hot tub that I hung out in for a while. That was nice.
Totally.
But that was the only time I really got in the water there.
Yeah.
Like we went outside to get out of the chlorine, and the kids are out playing in the outdoor pool, and we drank some beers at that bar. That was all right. But then it started raining, and they closed the bar. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Very frustrating, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you need
we did
the
have
indoor
a night
water
out
parks.
Town at, what?
Is that you need the indoor water parks.
I just need to not go to water parks.
Or that. Yeah, that's the best way. Yeah.
But we, that night we went out, which we had the saddest Uber driver ever. Because, we had a game plan. We're gonna, the risk, she called it a walking dinner.
Uh-huh.
That's what she wanted to do. So you stop somewhere and you have an appetizer, and then you go somewhere else, you have dinner, and then you go somewhere else, you have dessert.
Okay.
Which we were like, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just here to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Which we had a great time. But this Uber driver, we're in the car, we're in his little Mitsubishi. Jeannie, the Risk, and I smashed in the back seat. Josh is up front. And, Josh is talking to the guy. He's like, hey, we're going to North Peak right now, brewery. Where else should we go? And the guy's like, I don't know. I don't really get out much. He just starts naming off bars. He's like, this is places I pick people up from.
Yeah.
I just felt so bad for the guy.
It's like, wait, you don't get out much, but you're an Uber driver? Seems
right.
like you would get out a lot, but yeah.
Well, I mean, and if I was in his position, you think it would have been like, if you're doing Ubers on the weekends, you know where people want to go.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah.
I bring up the fact your existence sucks. Like, bring some energy to the party.
No.
You know?
Existence is pain, Jerry.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, at North Face, hit that. There's this bar up there called Seven Monks.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, got this cheese plate. Things are happening in my shorts thinking about it. It was amazing.
Oh my, yeah.
It wasn't a brewery, but they had such a great collection of beer.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those places. It's just, we had a fine night. Ended our evening at a brewery called Monkey Fist.
Okay.
That was legit as fuck. I had a great time. The bartender gave Josh the Jisk. At this time, he was definitely a Jisk.
The old Monkey Fist?
I gave him a Band-Aid because he completely blew his toe open on a curb.
Ooh.
Because, wearing flippy floppies and stumbling around with beers in you. Yeah, I mean, goddamn. That toe was like juicy, like Kennedy and Dallas juicy.
Oh boy. Yikes.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume he applied liquor to the situation.
Just through his face.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, he's
You don't waste it on your toe. I mean, you just drink it. You'll feel all right.
Toes don't taste.
No. Like say you put enough through your face, you won't feel the toe anymore. So
It's true.
yeah, that's my
but
prescription.
the Monkey Fist beers are really good too. Just saying.
Nice. I feel like I've heard of that place. Like,
It's interesting because it's in this complex with like, there's a coffee shop, like a pastry shop, a meat. Like it's almost like, I don't know if you ever were ever at the Erie Street Market when it was indoors.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Uh-huh.
There was all those vendors inside.
Yeah.
It's like that, but then in the very back is their brewery.
Okay.
And when we walked in, they were the only place open. But we actually went there the next morning, Jeannie and the kids and I, to get coffee, and that coffee was fucking amazing. You know, Yelp Elite had to check. Everyone's like, get the vanilla latte. Get the vanilla latte. They make it with vanilla bean paste.
Okay.
And they did, and it was fucking amazing. And I'm not normally a latte guy.
Right,
But I'm like, everyone's saying, get this.
Right.
I need to get this.
Right.
And it was like drinking angel saliva or something.
Right. Everyone's like, you have to get this. You ordered it. They just pour like plain, black coffee into a mug, and then they just get out like imitation almond and just squeeze a little in there. Hit it with a little Ready Whip.
They get a microplane and just like grate one of those Nilla Bomb air fresheners into it.
Yes. Whoa.
Oh, I have this fresh beer right here, Brian. Just fresh. This came out. I need to try and put in my face.
Oh yeah.
It's called the Oracle.
Okay.
Bell's Brewing.
Is it going to allow you to feed information to like Robin and Batman and stuff?
I hope so.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But by this point, I'm pretty sure we all woke up the next day feeling basically half dead.
Yeah.
And it was the last day of our vacation. And if we're driving through Grand Rapids, went right by that giant Founders building, which is their barrel facility. That kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. We kept going, but we did.
Right.
But of course, we had to hit a few more brews before we went home.
Right.
This place called Railtown, which they just, we snuck into this place. Because I'm looking, we look on Google Maps, it's in a strip mall. Pull in, there's this giant building with Railtown on the side. And as I park, I'm like, they still have umbrellas and boxes behind the building. There's contractors here. Like, I feel like this is their new building, but when someone walked out the door, I'm like, yeah, let's just try it.
Yeah.
They were open. We got food. And the waitresses asked us, like, what do you think of the food and is there anything we could change? Because they weren't opening until that following Monday. It was like super soft opening.
I was going to say you created a soft opening. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was cool.
Yeah.
And the food was really good.
Right.
And the beer, once again, was tasty, but yeah, I was not expecting to crash a brewery.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was a great week. The only regrets I have is, anytime I go on vacation, man, them pants get tight afterwards.
Well, you were very aroused. I mean,
Oh, geez, not only not in that aspect, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Holy hell. When you're, normally I don't eat breakfast and most time don't eat lunch. And when I'm eating and drinking every day.
Right. And not quite putting in the same, effort you would while you're working and working out when you get home. And yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit adds up in a hurry.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Worth it.
Yeah, it is. I always was like that. I mean, whatever. I've been fat forever, but it's the idea, it's like, when you go on vacation, it's like, I'm not gonna, I want to enjoy all those things,
Yeah, this isn't my lifestyle.
Yeah.
This is, it is, but for this week.
Right. It's like, I want to try all the things I can try. Well, especially, drinking all the beers, that on its own, even if you were eating just napkins the rest of the time, you know, you'd probably, you know, those beers are filling, you know, they're not, they're generally not watery beers.
In a hurry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, the food is so good too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like one of the places we went was called Little Fleet, and it was it's a courtyard basically with a bar. And it's all outdoors, but then there's nothing but food trucks inside.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were telling me about that. That sounds really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's such a great idea. And you know, I mean, I love a good food truck, and I'm assuming this place vets the food trucks because all the food looked and smelled amazing.
Right. Well, and it's cool too because you could like you know, kind of just get a little something from here, a little something from there, you know, and
yeah, exactly.
not just have one thing and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
Almost like going to a fair or something, you know, where you get to just eat all the terrible or food that's terrible for you, but you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And the best part is because it's all within this fenced-in area, you can just get a beer for the 2 bars, get a beer from one of the bars, and just walk around to fit in your cup. And actually, it was kind of cool because everything in there was recyclable or compostable. They didn't have a garbage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were going
all the silver, all the ware that the food trucks gave you was all the compostable plastic forks, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Smart.
Because, you know, Traverse City to Hippie City or whatever. Hippie City to North.
Right.
Yeah.
A city out of place. Yeah.
Basic, right? But yeah, it was an awesome time. We ended up, you know, at the back at Coldwater, Michigan Cottage afterwards to have more libations for some dumb reason. And at that point, after sleeping like hot garbage for most of the week, we actually went home a day early and
I don't blame
finally
you.
felt the amazing relief of being in your own bed.
Yeah. That is the biggest, you know, one of the biggest parts about like a long vacation is that you don't get that, you know, sleep like you would get at your own bed generally.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you were sleeping in a bed like I used to sleep in, and like when we went to Chicago, I slept like a fucking baby.
Yeah, say then every bed feels amazing.
Yeah.
Like this isn't a pile of rocks? Yes, please.
Like, I didn't know beds were supposed to be soft. I'm not getting cut from this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. So it was awesome.
Nice.
Awesome to the point that, you know, drum roll please, we're going to be moving up there now.
Right.
Big announcement on the show and shiznit. I know I already told you, but.
Yeah. Into the woods, though. Not into a cabin or anything. You just,
dude,
like you said.
If I could live at that cabin,
I'd
be wearing, like, animal furs in a week.
Just because you live there doesn't mean that you can't wear, you know, regular clothing.
No, animal furs I made myself, though.
Oh, okay.
I didn't make the fur. I made the clothing. Right. The animals made the fur.
Right. I mean, you could make your own fur. I mean, you know, there is fake, you know, fur and leather and stuff out there, so.
Rogaine, bitch.
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy.
Am I right or am I right?
Mm-hmm. Bald eagles walking around with, like, luxurious heads of hair. Like, how did that happen?
Like, the fuck?
Yeah. Tony shaves them off like a sheep once in a while and makes clothes from it.
The thing about this whole, decision that my wife and I made is, I like having stuff, like, set up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And we have absolutely nothing set up.
Right. Playing without a net. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely, the Flying Graysons over here.
Whoa, I hope not. That didn't turn out so well.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The only plan we have is, because I, already put my notice in at work,
mm-hmm.
is the only plan we have is Jeannie staying employed until she can find a job up there.
Yeah.
Because obviously, she's got skills on her resume
mm-hmm.
that come with, like, degrees
that pay the
such.
bills, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or my skill on my resume, it's like, when I hand them my resume,
you just have a picture of a mule.
Basically, it's like 20. It's like 20.5. Just says big dumb animal.
Right.
I'm like, "Rrr."
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Beast of burden.
Basically.
Yep. For job title or job desired, beast of burden.
Yes. Although I have been tooling. I've been, because that's what I do. I internet. I have been tooling my resumes a little bit because I obviously need to find a job.
Right. Right. So
But-
now you've been the president of various countries, and
Yes, exactly.
like I'm an international
yeah.
man of mystery. I was a spy. I can't talk about it.
Can't talk about that.
Right, right.
Can't talk about that.
Mhm.
Tell your mom I said hi.
Right. Nice.
Oh. That is delicious.
What kind of beer?
Oracle double IPA fills.
Okay.
Double IPA.
That would have been my
Really?
guess from the look, but
It's got a nice bitter finish.
mm-hmm.
Man, that is a bitter bastard. Now that I'm really getting into it.
Yeah,
That is good.
as it creeps across your tongue. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep, I like it.
But yeah, it's I don't know, Brian. It's unnerving to not know what the fuck's going to happen.
Mhm.
But it's funny because I keep seeing it's weird how the universe works like that.
Mhm.
Because I keep seeing random things on Instagram that's like, don't make plans, just fucking do it. Or
yeah.
I can't remember the one quote I saw, but it was so accurate to what was going on in my head.
Yeah,
It's just like, God damn it.
yeah,
But yeah, I just gotta hope everything I just gotta wait for everything to fall into place.
right. Yeah, just like
Yeah.
anything, you put whatever work needs to be done in to put yourself in the right positions. It's about the best you can do in this one. Like you said,
Yeah.
getting resumes out there, tweak your resume a little bit so it seems a little more like you're, a donkey with a bow tie rather than just the average donkey,
Right.
or a talking
And it's
donkey, whatever.
Well, and I've been putting I've already done a lot of work to do like post office jobs.
Yeah.
And I had an interview all scheduled for me, but I didn't realize when I was setting up, applying for these jobs, that they go, "Oh, you want a job? Here's your interview time."
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm 4.5 hours away and have a full-time job.
Yeah. Perfect.
Can I reschedule this? And they're like, nah, but we'll be posting openings again.
Yeah.
It's like, well, all right.
Yeah.
So, and
That's what happens when if you put hey, job opening, you're going to just get buried in submissions,
Yeah. Oh, dude. Once I actually, have the time to either get up there or am up there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look like, we're in Apollo Creed in that basement. Or not Apollo Creed, I'm sorry. Remember Mr. T was in that basement, just beating up people and sweating on a concrete floor and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah.
Right. Please tell me you're going to be dressed like Mr. T also.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I gotta, I gotta tape some hair to my head or something. But
That's fine. I'll allow it. Wouldn't be the first time you affixed fake hair to your head.
it's accurate.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
Although I doubt this will be better than that time.
No, it would be terrible. And, although there is, and actually I got to reach out to our California friends, Neil and Annalise from DaftPod/Hamalog.
Woo, shout out.
Shout out. The problem that I'm foreseeing for us is our dog. Is the places that will rent, because I've been looking online, because we're looking to rent it first until we decide actually where we want to live.
Right,
Because,
sure.
don't want to just arbitrarily go, we're living here, and then be like, oh, this place sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, not to mention that gives you the option that if for some reason you're like, wow, this really isn't what we thought it was going to be, maybe let's not live here. You have that option with renting at least.
Exactly. To Mexico!
Right.
But everywhere I'm looking, if they allow dogs, a lot of them are like, you look at the fine print, it's like breed restricted.
Yep.
I know what that means.
Yep, no pets.
Or some of them have weight limits, like 30-pound max. It's like,
So that's a cat.
So-
That's not a dog.
yeah, well, it's funny. A lot of places allow dogs, but not cats.
Oh, really?
I can only assume that's because, cat piss is it's like alien blood. It gets
Right.
into everything and melts through shit.
Yeah. Plus, I guess,
Yeah.
cats having claws, they can tear shit up. But yeah.
But so I've been looking online, all right, well, how do you get around this shit? And the funny thing that
I have an answer
people
for
recommend
you. Yeah.
is pet resumes.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
they're like assemble a resume for your pet, get, people that have watched your dog, like your vet, boarder or dog walker to, put in their thoughts about it, all the shots and stuff that they've had, and then you put in good pictures. Like, here's my dog hanging out with kids. Here's my dog looking like a complete moron.
Like you, pretty much any picture of Belle that there is.
Yeah, she's like duh. Basically.
Yeah, I mean,
if I had a picture of her, like, ripping a kid's leg off, that wouldn't be in the file.
Not that I want her to do that, but I kind of would like you to have that picture. You're like in your wallet,
Yeah. Kid mauling.
Yeah. Whoa.
So yeah, that's what the recommendation is. But I want to talk to, because I know Neil's had quote unquote like aggressive breed dogs.
Yeah.
I think most of his adult life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be curious to see what sort of thoughts he has on it.
Right. Now, if that doesn't work, I have a second option for you.
Okay.
You just start dressing the dog up like a person and say it's an adopted child.
I Scooby-Doo him.
Right.
Yeah. Like when Scooby-Doo dressed up like an old lady with a bonnet and then Shaggy be there,
Yep.
It makes sense.
Exactly.
I thought you said you had 2 kids. Like, oh, this is actually Auntie Belle.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. She's from France.
Right.
Little Coneheads reference for anybody who doesn't know.
Nice.
Yeah. See, there you go. Boom. Problem solved. Gotcha.
Problem solved.
Yep. Like, why is your aunt walking down on all fours? She got this arthritis thing. Like, she can't stand straight up for very long.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Why is your aunt sniffing my crotch? She's from France, remember? Language of romance.
Oh, man. Yeah, that seems like that would work. Hmm?
Right?
Yeah. But I guess you can try the resume thing, but whatever,
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was hilarious when I saw it, but I'm like, when I clicked and read the article, I'm like, a lot of this makes sense.
It does make sense it's worth at least trying, because, how hard is it to do something like that? It's not like it's going to take that much work, really, Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Okay. Still there?
I'm here.
All right. Woo.
Yeah, so apparently I need to get some testimonials from, like, my dog boarder and the groomers and stuff that work there, and
yeah,
whatever I got to do.
Right.
'Cause for sure not getting rid of her.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was basically the extent of my week off.
All right.
Which was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like there was plenty of fun to be had in that week for sure.
It was, it was lots of fun. And, like any vacation, it was good to get back to real life.
Yeah.
But I realized today, which is a weird feeling too, that I have 3 more Fridays of a place I've been at for going on 12 years.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
a weird feeling.
Yeah. I bet it is. Yeah. Oof.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I won't get into it, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Damn.
But, all right, now that I got done with my shit, how was your week, Brian?
Well, it started out, I told you about this when we were out the other night, but I went to a new neurologist, and if you want to hear more detailed story of it, go listen to the new Crazy Life, because it's on there. But, things went pretty good, so this coming week I've got an MRI on my head, which I've never had, so, that should be a good time, I'm sure. I've had them on my knees. I know what to expect. It's just the whole, like, having to lie still, like, really still, so.
Yeah.
That kind of thing sucks, but, what are you gonna do? Hopefully it'll,
Lie real still?
Yeah. Hopefully it'll come back and, be like, hey, this guy's alright. Or,
like, holy shit, you have an unborn twin in your head.
like, I knew it!
The whole time I've been a figment of your imagination.
Yeah, it's just
a sick fucking movie.
The other twin is like pushing on my brain in a way that I'm just, shit.
Yeah. Like your mom pops in and be like, oh God, he thinks he's podcasting again.
Right? I'm talking into a carrot.
Yes. A carrot. Why are you chopping up my podcast studio?
I need this for dinner.
No, you don't. It's my microphone.
Oh, shit.
A carrot.
Yeah. So. Oh, man. But yeah, that was, it was nice. Like I told you, it was really nice walking out of there because I felt like I was, treated like a human instead of just a number and, walked out with solutions, which is the best part,
Right.
So that's pretty exciting.
I mean, I think it's funny, from what you're telling me, your doctor was blown away that you've never had an MRI.
Right. Yeah, because I've had these headaches for years and years, and you would have thought at some point in the process somebody would have been like, hey, let's get a look inside your head to make sure there isn't something wonky going on here,
Yeah.
Like it did.
Like it's full of candy.
Yeah. That would explain the size, at least. I mean, shit. I got all these packages of Smarties in my head.
Is that why Mexican children are always trying to hit me with sticks?
Yeah, probably. That would explain
Naturally.
it. Yeah. Oh, shit. So, I haven't really done much else this week. I mean, I had to go get blood work done blood drawn 2 days in a row because of stupid timing, but whatever. And yesterday, or technically the night before, but, yesterday a bunch of stores were putting their, shared exclusive Funko Pops, cause San Diego Comic-Con's going on right now. So a lot of the Pops that are available there are shared exclusives with Target or GameStop or whatever. And they have a different sticker on them. It says Summer Convention exclusive instead of San Diego Con, which makes a difference in the long term.
Now, can I just say, I wish the sticker said Summer Convention exclusive, summer not.
God damn it. That'd be terrible.
Awesome.
So, I'm watching this, one Instagram account I watch where they kind of put up news about stuff because, I mentioned a few weeks ago that, they had the Ron Swanson with the cornrows that I wanted to make sure I got and.
Yeah, that's pretty excellent.
A few others that I really wanted. And, Hot Topic put theirs up first, so I got the Ron Swanson and, forgot what else I got. But anyway, so GameStop puts theirs up. And the two I wanted from GameStop was there was an Iron Man Mark 1, which looked pretty cool. I'm not the biggest Iron Man fan, but I love the big metal bucket looking Iron Man designs.
Steampunky Iron Man.
Yeah, just, from the very beginning Iron Man and stuff. But anyway, I really dug this one, so I wanted to get it. But it wasn't super high on my list. It was just, one that was well, if I get a chance, I'll get it, And, the other one they had is Red Hood, from Batman, which is a character, I don't know. There's a whole lot of history.
Let's not get into it.
Yeah, just Wikipedia it if you want to read about who the character is. Anyway, I wanted one of those too. And I knew that one was going to be the hottest one they had, probably. And so they go live on their website. I don't remember what time. I think it was 2:30 or something like that. So I'm in here on my laptop right away on their website, get them into my cart. Every time I click continue, a page will pop up that says, oops, and then it would take you back to your cart.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
2.5 hours later,
oh my God.
Yeah, because I really wanted these, and I didn't think I was going to be able to get to the store to get one, and there were rumors that the stores weren't going to get very many, 5 or something, which means they'll go really fast,
Right.
You've got to have been in line pretty much, or you're not going to get one. So I'm sitting there and I just keep trying, and it just keeps getting to the point to where, like, eventually I, like, 6 times I got to the, like, place order spot to where it's the end of the, you know, the order process, and I'd hit place order, boom, it would take me all the way back to the cart. And I'm like, you know, so the 7th time that I get there, I get an email from PayPal that says, you've paid GameStop this much money. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, the order went through. And
Right.
So I stopped, you know, because obviously I don't want to get charged twice and stuff. So a little while, like a few hours later, excuse me, a few hours later, I'm seeing things on Twitter that are like, yeah, hey, GameStop, I never got my confirmation notice. What's going on? And I'm like, So I look to see, I hadn't gotten one, and I'm talking like 5-6 hours later. And it's like,
Right.
There's no reason I shouldn't have got one by now. You know, usually it's just a few minutes and you get one. And then I'm seeing other people, like, posting on Twitter that, like, they got billed twice. And there was someone else who posted, like, you know, PayPal shows I've paid you, but I didn't get a confirmation. And I'm like, huh. So I open up the PayPal letter or email and I read it, and it says that it'll, you know, it's like, this will be completed when GameStop, you know, completes the transaction. And I'm like, okay.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I tried calling GameStop because I wanted to make sure, you know? And the first time I called them, it was like, we're experiencing heavy volume today. You know, it'll be like an hour and a half. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, I'm not waiting on the phone an hour and a half, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So I waited, you know, I did other stuff. And then a few hours later I called again, and basically the same thing. It was like an hour. And I'm like, I'm not waiting an hour. So I just do other stuff again. When I finally get through to him, the girl was like, okay, well, I need some information from you, you know, like about the order. And I'm like, okay. So I give her the information. She puts me on hold for about 5 minutes and then comes back and goes, okay, yeah, she's like, it's in our backup system and it was never processed. And I'm like, but PayPal says I paid you the money for these things. And she's like, yeah, but it hasn't been processed, and since they're a limited edition item, we can't put that through now. And I'm like, that's hilarious, because there are people at, mine kind of went through at basically 4:30.
Right.
Jeez.
That fucker was loud.
Yeah, it was. Mine went through around like 4:30 a.m. There were people posting at like 6 and 7 o'clock that their order went through at 6 or 7 o'clock. And I'm like, yeah, I have proof that mine was attempted at that time. And if it didn't get processed, that isn't my fault. That's your fault. You know, like, that's
right.
GameStop's fault. I was like, I really feel like you should still give me these, and someone else should not get them. Because of the whole concept that it's first come, first serve. I was there, I placed the order. I have a thing from PayPal that says that money was sent to GameStop. You know, it's like, I feel like I should get what I ordered, or what I wanted, because, you know, if their site had functioned properly, I would have gotten them.
Right.
You know, and I told her, I said, it's not that I'm pissed about not getting them. I'm pissed about the fact that I feel like I got skipped over.
Right, right.
You know, like if I were waiting in line and all of a sudden they were like pointed to somebody in the back and they're like, hey, you get one, but these people don't, you know, people would be furious.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I know I'm not alone. I know there were other people that went through the same thing. And basically, she's like, there's nothing I can do. So, you know, I sent them a nice thing, you know, sat down and wrote GameStop a very long, strongly worded letter and sent it to them. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. But, I mean, I don't expect to get them. Yeah. Well, I even asked her on the phone. I was like, look, I can tell just by looking at your website right now that there are stores that have them in stock. Like, can you contact those stores and send them to me? Like, I will pay you, you know, the money right now. Like, you know, because, you know, and she's like, well, we can't do that. And I'm like, so I'm going to get screwed out of this. And because of where I live, they're gone. I'm like, because I couldn't get a hold of you guys earlier when the store might still have had one.
Right.
You know, I'm like this, and I was just like, every angle of this is pissing me off, you know? And like I said, we'll see how it goes. I don't expect to get anything out of them, because I expect the whole time they're going to be like, well, you know. And it's like, yeah, fuck you. Fix your website. First of all, when your website shits like that, do you know what the best thing they could have done was? Shut it down.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Like, all sorts of people were on Twitter posting like, hey, your website keeps throwing me back to my cart. Should just shut it down.
Like,
fix
hey, your
it.
website's the hottest of garbage right now.
Shut her down, fix it, put it back up, and then, you know, let it go again. Entertainment Earth, another website, yesterday had issues with their site. They immediately shut their site down for about 2 or 3 hours, and then put it back up, and from what I've read, it sounds like it ran smooth. Like, people will be pissed you shut the site down, but they'll also go, well, I'll just come back later when you put them back up.
Yeah, for sure, hard reset every once in a while is nice.
Right. The way they did it, all the people like me out there are really pissed about it. You know? And they can't make it right because there's not enough product to give us.
Right.
You know? And that's what it's super stupid. And
it sounds pretty goddamn annoying.
Yeah. And this isn't the first time this has happened with GameStop. Like, from what I saw on Reddit, like, people have had these kind of issues the last few years with them too. So this isn't like a new thing. You know? It's just that they don't bother getting their site really ready for the traffic they're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the other part that sucks is since it's overnight, you can't call customer service.
Oh, they don't have like a 24-hour
Nope.
customer service?
Open 8 to 8. Like Central or something like that. So.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, if you're going to do these kind of launches, you should have customer service open. Because you're going to have issues.
Yeah.
No matter
For
what.
sure, right?
No matter how smooth it runs, there's always going to be something, you know? But, yeah. Needless to say, I mean, not that I ever really loved GameStop to begin with, but needless to say, they're going to get as little of my money as I can give them from this point forward. So
yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean,
sounds like they're a bunch of shitheads.
Yeah,
really.
it sucks with like exclusives because it's like, well, what are you gonna do? It's the only place that has them, you know. But
yeah,
it just really makes me mad because, you know, like I said, there's not much of an option. And had it been sooner, I would have had an option because after talking to the GameStop right over here, they had a couple in until like 5 o'clock. And because I couldn't get over, I should have just went over and got one. Is what I should have done.
Right.
But,
yeah, because I guess worst comes to worst, you could have sold the extra ones or something.
or even, you know, take it back, whatever, you know, do something with it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that part I'll take, you know, I'll full on take my responsibility for that part. I still, but this gets funnier, but the story kind of continues not tragically.
Tragically.
Not tragically. So my brother comes over and he goes, hey, he's like, it looks like the Bowling Green GameStop has Red Hood. He's like, call them and see if they do, and if so, see if they'll hold it, and we'll go. So I was like, cool. So I hit the number on my phone, and it calls, you know, from their website, and it calls them, and the guy's like, yeah, we got one left. I'm like, sweet. I'm like, can you please put it, you know, aside for me? I'm like, we're on our way. And he's like, yeah, no problem. So we get to Bowling Green, there's a woman working, and I go up and I'm like, you know, blah, blah, Red Hood, and she's like, I have one on hold that was called in about the same time, but she's like, none of the information matches you. And I was like, what? I was like, you know, she's like, well, what's your phone number? So I give her the number, and she's like, yeah, this isn't it at all. And my brother goes, did you call the right store? So I look at my phone, nope. Apparently I called Adrian, Michigan.
Oh, shit. That's the opposite direction.
Yeah. What's funny is when I hit the only thing I can think of is, you know, sometimes like on phones, like when the page isn't fully loaded, you go to hit something and then it loads and you end up hitting the wrong link, basically. That's the only thing I can think of because I hit the one that was directly underneath, Bowling Green, you know, cause it says like their address and a link. I'm like, fuck. Cause like you said, Adrian's the opposite way and it's not close, you know, it's not that it's that far, but it's not close, you know?
Like, from my house, it's like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. from Bowling Green.
You know, yeah, from Bowling Green from my house is probably a good hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would have taken me
40 minutes maybe if you're driving fast.
Yeah, and it was like, if it was me driving, I might have gone and gotten it, but I'm not going to ask somebody else. My brother probably would have, but I wasn't going to ask him to do it. Also it was almost 8 o'clock and they close at 9, so we would have really been pushing it to get there. Yeah, that would have been pushing it, because I'll tell you what, bro. The old Stadies, they like to lurk on that road, old 223 between here and Adrian, man. Yeah, they do. Yeah, so you can't really push it, Can't push it. They lurk everywhere, those ghouls. Yeah. So, I called that store and I was like, hey man, I was like, is there any chance you could ship that? Cause I know they can sometimes ship stuff between stores, and I'm like, is there any chance that can be shipped to the store closest to me? And he's like, we're not allowed to on the exclusive, like the San Diego exclusive stuff. I was like, damn it. And I was like, well, I'm like, obviously I can't make it up there. I'm like, so if, go ahead and put it back out or whatever. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, there's a guy that just asked for it and he's walking around the store. So I was like, well, happy birthday to him,
Like, actually, fuck that guy. Yeah. I want it tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Right. He said they would hold it. Like, he's like, if you can come tomorrow by, I think he said like 3 or something like that. He's like, I can hold it, cause he worked until 3. He's like, I can hold it until I get out of work, basically. And I was like, yeah, that's not really an option. So, whatever. Right. So who knows? I don't know if I'll get one or not. Cause like right now they're like $40 on eBay, so.
Well, what are they on the shelf?
15.
Oh, fair enough.
Cause the normal pops are like $10. Well, at GameStop they're like 12, but the con ones are usually like $15.
Well, I have not a related Funko Pop story, but I have a Funko Pop story for you.
Oh, really?
Well, really? When we were in Traverse City, my kids love board games. Mm-hmm. I'm like, let's go. I'm like, hey guys, you want to go to a board game store instead of, get the fuck out of this water park, basically?
Right.
And they're like, yay. And, and the Risk, she loves board games too, so it turned into a whole event.
Right.
And I, looked it up and there was 2 game stores across the corners from each other. Mm. It was like TC Games and the other one was called like Happy Land or some crazy name.
That's weird. Okay.
I know, right? So we go to TC Games because, the other place is like, this is basically a Magic Gathering store. And I'm like, well, I'm not really into that anymore.
Yeah.
We'll go to the other place. So this TC Games is all video games. I didn't know that because you can't really tell by the descriptors.
Right.
But I was having some serious flashbacks because they had basically every old system that we played with.
Nice.
And ones we didn't. It was like, holy shit, look at all this stuff.
Right.
But they had an entire wall of Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Right? And then my daughter's like, hey Dad, can I get a couple? And I'm going to ask her mother. I did that move. So Leah ended up, because she likes Pops too.
Yeah.
So she ended up getting a couple Pops. Mm-hmm. And she got some sort of bullshit Overwatch one that I don't give a fuck about.
Right.
But she got, and this will probably warm your cockles a little bit too. Mm-hmm. Bob Ross.
Nice.
Yes.
Those are so good. Like, they did a really good job on those, There's some of them that they really nail, like, the likeness and stuff on. And I thought they did a really good job on those.
Yeah.
And the Deadpool one. There's a Deadpool one where he's dressed up like Bob Ross.
Yeah, Logan told me about that. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
So, bam, that's my Funko Pop story.
So, well, at that store in Bowling Green, they did have the Iron Man, so at least I walked out with that, so it wasn't a complete wash, but, and my brother had picked up, one of the 10-inch T-Rexes for me, so I got that yesterday.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw those on Instagram.
Yeah. So that made me quite happy, cause I keep looking at it, I got it sitting over here, it's like a lot of them, because I don't really have room to display them, I kind of just pack them away, but that one I'm like, I gotta find a spot for that, cause that's just too cool to, box up, but,
right.
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Display it?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm not going to take it out of the box because I've read some stuff that apparently the head on that thing is massive. So the weight of the head, like over time, I guess some people who've had them for out, like it starts kind of leaning over.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm just going to leave
hilarious.
it because it's in a plastic thing inside the box to hold it in place. So I'll just leave it in there anyway. But yeah, quite happy to have that. So speaking of game stuff, I was reading the other day, it looks like Wizards of the Coast is going to quit doing direct sales.
Really?
Yeah, like stores won't be able to buy direct from Wizards anymore. They have to go through an authorized,
why?
What do you call it? God, I can't think of the word. Wholesaler or whatever.
Like a distributor or whatever.
Yeah, distributor. There you go.
It's kind of like you can't walk into most beer companies and buy beer from them. You got to go through the distributor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some sort of mafia bullshit.
Well,
so that's what I say. That's what I say, Brian. It's the Gambinos.
Yeah.
Want them dead. No, what? I'm sorry. What happened? I phased out for a second there. What happened?
Well, the reason they gave is actually not a bad reason, which was when they first started it, they did it to try to make sure stores could get product at an affordable price.
Wait, I know why.
Huh.
Because when they first started it, they had all these trucks and rings and shit, and they just can't support that system anymore.
Right, exactly. That's completely what it is.
Yeah, so they're like, this is too Illuminati.
Yeah, they sent out way too many trucks full of product.
Yeah, with rings that unlock safes and whatever else.
Right,
and,
right. The vault.
Yeah.
The vault.
Yeah, the vault. That's right. I'm sorry, the vault.
Yeah.
What the fucking...
Yeah. So, but basically they're saying now, since the product is distributed in like every country essentially, that it's easy for stores to find. It's
distributed in Antarctica.
Right. Probably. It wouldn't surprise me if it is.
Penguins on there slinging spells and shit. Yeah.
I can't imagine how expensive it probably is. Because of...
Probably just as expensive as
right
here.
So, the part that really sucks about that, though, is it's like, through Wizards, like, when we had the shop anyway, I don't know if this has changed over time, but I'm going by, when we were buying from them. Through Wizards Direct, it was 50% off of the boxes of packs or whatever. Pretty much anything was 50% off. Through distributors, it was like 30 to 40%, depending on, what, the limitations, because sometimes some of them wouldn't give you full 40% or whatever, or you had to buy X amount of product from them to get the 40% tier, whatever. And I think we were getting 35, I think it was, % off. And, the part that really stinks about that is that at 50% off, like, stores are selling packs for the most part still at like $3 a pack. Roughly, unless they're like limited edition type ones, which is pretty much the price when we had our store. And like in the stores, like Target and that kind of stuff, packs are almost $5. That's what they retail at. I think it's over $4 now. And
that makes my head hurt.
Right? Like we used to pick up packs all day at like $2,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, so now it's going to really cramp the stores being able to do that, and you're going to have people really upset about having to pay another $1 or whatever for a pack, because the stores you're either going to have to basically make absolutely nothing on your packs, or you're going to have to raise the price. And the real problem is that if you go on eBay, you can usually find boxes cheap. Like if a store sells them at, say, $110 for a box, you find them on eBay for like $90.
Right.
And now it's going to be even harder for stores to, to do that. And the other concern I would have is that if there are distributors with like tiers of discounts, somebody who orders a lot of Magic could get a significant discount compared to the small stores and stuff.
The smaller guys, yeah.
So, like I said, from Wizards' perspective, I totally get it, because it gets them to where they don't have to fool with that anymore, and they're selling so much product, it's not gonna like hurt them by getting rid of that, because they still are going to get their cut from the distributors buying from them, you know.
Right.
They're basically going to probably get similar money. So, because they'll probably sell them to them at 50%, they'll sell them to everybody else at like 30-40%, and, you know, but I don't know. I just kind of hated to see that, because it was really nice for us, especially as we got started, because the boxes were cheaper too. So that helped as a new store where we don't have as much money to spend on stuff, you know? So.
Yeah, that is something, isn't it?
Yeah. The game's gotten so big though that it doesn't matter, you know? Like there's enough stores out there, there's enough all this stuff that it's not gonna hurt the game. You know, I just see it more as that I think it'll hurt the little guys, you know, because it raises costs for the little guys. It's harder to absorb. Yeah. So anyway, did you see today that John Schnepp died? Like, do you know who he is?
Does not ring a bell.
I'm pretty sure they had him on 7 Days a Geek like forever ago. It was, I think Jason and Oz actually talked with him. He was he worked on Metalocalypse. He did some of the voices. He did writing on the show. I don't remember what else he did, but he did that. And he had a documentary coming out where it was talking about, the Superman movie that never happened with Tim Burton and Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage, right.
Which, from what I was reading, it looks like the debut trailer was being shown at Comic-Con. Like today, I think. So, kind of a odd time, you know, weird timing there.
Yeah, no shit. That's kind of...
Yeah.
Eek.
Yeah. Guy seemed like a pretty cool dude on a few podcasts I'd heard him on and stuff, but, you know, he was a major contributor to Metalocalypse, so he's, you know, I've got a soft place in my heart for him.
Yeah, I'll say, he's aces in my book.
Yeah, so.
I love that goddamn cartoon.
Me too. And he's done other stuff too. I'm not as familiar with his other stuff, but, you know, from what I read, he's done a bunch of other things as well, like written and directed stuff, so. Yep. So. Alright, you have anything else?
Well, we gotta talk about Rockies.
Oh, right. I
mean, jeez.
I don't know how I forgot about it. You're right, we absolutely need to talk about that.
Yeah. Because, you know, I wanted to tell you, obviously just not on the podcast, you know, what our family's plans were.
Yeah.
Plus, I just needed to go on and have, I mean, it's not like I've had any beer lately.
Right. No, not at all.
I mean, I think my hop levels in my blood were getting a little low.
Yeah.
I'm in pain.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, Brian, we should go get some beers. We're like, yes, we should. And we did that on a Wednesday. It was lovely.
Yep. And some delicious pizza. Well, I got delicious pizza.
Yeah, you got delicious pizza. I got, you know, delicious whatever I drank. PBRs and an IPA.
Yeah.
But we went to our, you know, one of our favorite haunts, Rockies, which I know we've mentioned on the show before. And normally that place is packed. This time it was, when we first walked in, it was pretty busy.
Yeah, they had a decent crowd.
Like the bar was pretty full. We managed to sit down where I think people just left because there was a glass there.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to some guy that kept twitching and shit. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to stab me, honestly. I was like, I'm going to sit here and take the hit. Brian, you're in luck. Secret Service!
Right. Yeah, I was hoping he would, but...
Yeah.
That's what he was paid to do.
But that place cleared out in a hurry, and it was basically just a couple old people at the other end of the bar.
Yeah.
And then us. And then people out on the patio.
Yeah, I was going to say, there were people on front and back patio areas. Not a lot, though. There was a few at both. Yeah.
Yeah, not like a normal Rockies crowd, which I guess I've never been there on a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was weird.
Yeah, I've been there a few times where it's that kind of, like, dead. And it's not, you know, I kind of like it that way sometimes because, you know, even though...
I honestly prefer it because I like talking.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not weird or annoying or, you know, there was nobody... Not that there's generally somebody, you know, making a scene there, but, you know, it's happened a few times.
It definitely.
But, you know, you risk that at any bar or whatever you go to. You know, anytime alcohol's introduced, there's a chance of somebody
There's always weirdness.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of weird.
Yeah.
So we're sitting at the bar, and we're just bullshitting. We're just minding a business. Minding a business. And this woman walks in, and you and I both said we recognized her.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we recognized her from Rockies.
I think so, yeah.
And she walks in, and she just kind of plops down at the bar, and she's just waiting to get a drink. And, because you could tell she's had a few, because I know the first time she came in, she ordered wine and shots.
Yeah.
And then went outside, and then came back, and was getting more drinks.
Yeah.
And I could tell she was feeling okay.
Yeah, you could tell that second time, like when she came back in, you could tell she was feeling pretty good.
Yeah. And she starts just flipping her flapper at us about, talking to us about how she went and partied with her dad one time.
Mm-hmm.
And they had IP because we're drinking real beer.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, God, IPAs, that's a different kind of drunk. Every alcohol is a different feeling. We're like, yeah, that's fair.
I mean, yeah, she's not wrong. Yeah.
And, yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And so we're like, yeah, true. And she's like, well, my dad and I had an IPA. IPA. She said one, right? They each had an IPA.
Yeah, it was 1 or 2, something like that. Yeah. It wasn't very much, yeah.
And they both were not feeling great.
Right. But in fairness, you don't know what kind of, like, they could have found an IPA or a double and didn't realize it was a double that's like a 9% or something, punch them right in the face,
Yeah, exactly. Mm. Like right now I'm drinking this Oracle's a 10%er.
Yeah.
And my head feels so warm, I think I'm going to turn to Ghost Rider.
Somebody who's not an IPA drinker knocks back 2 of those, they're going to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They'll be like, Jesus, is that you?
Yes, my son, have another beer. It's just the bartender.
So her bright idea was we don't drink IPAs, we drink Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
So for us to feel normal, we should drink Bud Light.
Right.
And Weird says she ended up getting plowed.
Right.
Her dad got hammered.
It was to even them out, remember?
Yeah, to even them out. Yeah. Even them out, they better drink some Bud Light.
Yeah. Because that is the best way when you're, drunk, is the best way to even it out is more alcohol.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's definitely drunk logic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, well, it's not this alcohol, it's this alcohol.
Right.
It's all the same.
We just got to get that other alcohol out of our system, then we'll be fine.
I mean, I believe.
Yes, science!
Yeah.
Yeah, science.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a very long conversation about that. And then she got her drink, she left.
Yep.
And we got back to being normal humans.
Right.
And then she came back in. I think she was coming in to cash out her bill.
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, was she hammered still.
Yeah, she was real hammered.
Extra hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember the specifics. I know she's I think she thought we were a couple.
I think so, too. And, well, it's weird because I got 2 vibes from her. One is that I feel like she was sort of hitting on us.
Yeah, I've got that too.
/ then she was like, well, maybe they're or actually, I think I have the timing reversed. I think she thought we were a couple. Then she was like, oh,
yeah, because she's like, oh, I'm digging the beards. And,
yeah.
I mean, I there's a good chance if her weird boyfriend wasn't out there, we could have set up the old salty language Eiffel Tower.
The old I team, or H team, sorry. Yeah, because when she came in and sat down, she got her bill, and then she, leans over toward me, and she's like, put a tip on here, would you? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Like, if you did it, because we've done that for each other at times, one's a little too to reasonably leave a tip, so,
Dude, math me.
Yeah, like, help. And I was just like, I'm like, no. And then I was like, have the bartender do it.
Yeah,
she's like, he'll leave $20. I'm like, yeah, don't you think he's done a fine job? I mean, Justin's a good dude, Oh, man.
Talking about, having an apartment because her and her boyfriend broke up, and a boyfriend of 5 years.
Right.
And she, wait. She told us she was married for 15 years.
Right.
Broke up, and then she went over to pick up her son, and she saw, some treat with her ex-husband's girlfriend, stabbed it and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, she started stabbing
and then had her son covered up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, am I a bad person? Immediately I'm like, oh, geez, crazy pussy.
Yeah,
You
right.
know?
Yeah.
Like, how do you respond to this? I'm just gonna keep it rolling.
Yeah, right.
Like, what are you gonna do in this situation? Like, yeah, you're crazy. No, you don't, because you might get stabbed immediately.
Well, especially, yeah, like me, I'm sitting right next to her, so, you know.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah, I'm in prime stabbing distance.
Yeah, definitely. But, so yeah, she tells us that. She tells us her apartment that she's no longer using. She thinks her son's fucking girls in.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a whole thing, Brian.
Yeah, that was something.
And I was with you. I got that same vibe. I'm like, there isn't easily could be like, hey, let's just go. And she'd be like, okay.
Yeah, it sure felt that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It was, and you know.
Because when she was
wow.
like, are you guys just friends or are you, and then we're like, yeah, we're just friends, blah, blah. She seemed to perk up as soon as I said that, you know?
Yeah, like a different gear shifted all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
and then she was like, are you married? You know, and, and then, you know, she got all deflated, but whatever. It was.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, I mean, you know, I saw her dopey man come in. I get it.
Yeah. Right. That was kind of funny though,
I mean,
because
when she's, you know,
go ahead.
When she's looking at the tag team duo, the Rockers, Demolition, sitting at the bar,
right?
You know, in all her bearded glory,
right?
And then that guy walks in.
You mean
with clean shaven face?
You mean rugged dudes?
Yeah, two rugged dudes,
Yeah.
exactly. Because that was the one thing she said. I love the beards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then her clean shaven man walks in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, because she was in there forever bullshitting with us.
Yeah. She spent quite a bit of time talking to us. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know she was just in there to just cash out.
Mm-hmm.
Because he came walking in like, are you ready to go?
Yeah. Which was funny, because then she's like, well, I guess I'm going to go have sex with him. And I was like, do you know him? Or I hope you know him.
Yeah, that made me laugh so hard. Because she was telling us about some weird homeless guy that was hanging on the patio, which I had to then tag with, is that the weird homeless guy? Because, you know,
oh man,
if you haven't figured it out by listening to us, the show is our real life.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Oh man, that was something. I'll say this though, you know, she really kind of made the night in a way. Like, you know, we had a good time and everything like we always do, but it's like, we love those stories and we love those experiences, you know, so yeah, totally.
I remember, I got her name locked in.
Me too.
I'm waiting to see her again.
Me too. I was going to say, I'm not going to say it on here, but yeah, I was.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is locked in. So next time I'm at Rockies, when she walks in,
yep,
it's going to be like, oh, hey.
Yep.
Just see if she remembers.
Right. Love it. Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, I agree. I will say that my pizza got cold really quick because of all those machines they had in there blowing air around.
Dude, I don't know if like Mr. Freeze's wife was in there somewhere.
No, do you know what it was? Their overall air conditioning, I don't think was working real well. So that's why I don't know if you noticed, they had like 3 of those like portable air conditioners. Like, did you see in the kitchen they had one that was like up on a rack?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's
so
hilarious.
To try to cool the place down a little bit, you know, cause it's been humid if nothing else here. And, yeah, I think the air was working though, cause it felt like it was blown out of that vent, cause I was like, yeah.
It was definitely blown out. It was going across my shoulders, and I was like starting to develop that brown fat that Eskimos have and shit.
Right.
Yeah, it was something.
Oh man, that explained why you look like Jack Nicholson in, The Shining while you were sitting there.
Exactly right.
Oh shit. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a good time though. Good fun.
It was an excellent night at Rockies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is probably one of my favorite bars in our area.
Me too. One of mine. So, did you see the, like, you know, I know you didn't watch the event, but did you see the footage of fucking Brock Lesnar charging in on Cormier?
No.
No? So Cormier fought, oh god, I can't
Wait. Is this Brock Lesnar UFC?
Yes.
Or is Cormier now WWE?
No, Cormier is definitely UFC.
Okay,
He fought, oh my god, I can't think of his name. Shit.
Potato Pancake Jenkins.
No. It's, oh my God, I can't think of the guy's name. He's from, like, Cleveland. It's,
John Arbuckle.
No. I can't think of the guy's name. It's going to bug me. So, anyways, Tony, entertain him while I find it.
Said?
What?
He's from Cleveland?
Yeah.
Chef Michael Simons.
Yes. No.
I knew it.
Miocic. That's his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Miocic too.
Stop it. Stefan Miocic. Anyway, so Cormier was fighting him at, he went up a weight class to fight this, or down a weight class, whatever it was, to fight this guy, and he put him down in the first round. And so Cormier now has 2 titles, cause he's a bad man. And,
Mr. and Doctor?
Yeah.
Nice.
Of course, what else would it be? No, but...
Wait, real quick, Ryan.
Okay.
I have to ask you I have to just interrupt you real quick.
Okay.
Are you having any beer tonight?
No. I should be.
You should be.
I know.
Because I've got a chilled barrel runner in this cooler right now.
Oh, damn it. Mine's all the way in the other room.
It's safe. If you were going to partake in a barrel runner, I would pop the cap on that one next.
I mean, we could take a short break. I could go get it, and then we could come back.
I could definitely piss hard.
Okay, well, let's do that. We'll be right back.
Let's finish your story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Cormier wins the fight, and then he basically, is doing Cormier stuff, and Lesnar, like, charges into the octagon and gets up in his face and shoves him. And first of all, Cormier looks like a big dude until he's standing near Brock Lesnar.
That's fair.
Brock Lesnar, I mean, Lesnar's a wide guy, which is what makes him look so huge. Like, when you put him by Triple H, he doesn't look that big, you know? But when you put him by Cormier, he looks massive. Yeah. And, anyway, so he shoves Cormier shoves, you can tell it's all, it was all done, pre-planned. Because it felt like I was
watching. If I'm wrong. Isn't Cormier a big wrestling fan?
Yes. But okay, I don't think
it all smells like a work to me.
Well, this was definitely a work. There's no question. But there's a very good chance this fight's going to happen. Because it just prints its own money, basically.
Right.
Because every time Lesnar comes back, people always will buy the pay-per-views because they want to see him get his ass kicked. And, or they want to see him win. But I think that group's getting more and more in the minority. But, the longer he's in WWE, I think they're like, boo, he's that wrestler guy,
Right, exactly.
But, it's funny because the way it got talked up a little bit and the way it looked, you'd swear Cormier is the underdog in that matchup.
Really?
Yeah, but there's no way Cormier is the underdog in that matchup. Because he's a really good wrestler. He's a, very good striker. Lesnar has shown that if he gets hit in the face, he will bleed a lot. So,
he's got that thin Minnesota skin.
Yeah. Unless he grows that like a big fucking Viking beard again.
Yeah, that God of War beard.
Yeah, that was an awesome beard.
Yeah, get that Kratos beard.
Yeah. But it was just really funny watching it because it's like, the rumors for a while had been that like they were trying to set up Lesnar versus John Jones. And I was like, I think I'd rather watch Cormier Lesnar. Although I gotta say, if I'm a guy who's waiting for a title shot, the fact that Brock Lesnar could essentially just walk in the door and get a title shot, isn't gonna set real well with me, but what can you do?
Yeah, that is kind of annoying.
The other way you look at it is when Brock Lesnar's on a card, you sell more buys, which is more money for everybody. So,
right.
You kind of just have to suck it up a little on that one, but, yeah, it's funny because it's a fight that it's like, I'd be very interested to watch it,
Oh yeah. Yeah, same here.
Cause I think I read that Lesnar, is back into whatever it is. You remember he got suspended after he fought, Mark Hunt?
Yeah.
Cause he tested for something. So, he's still got to serve part of a suspension out before it can happen. But all that means is you've got months to promote the shit out of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It'll be like repeated, clips of him shoving and then like crazy music.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be like he shoves Cormier and it's, everyone's like, "Oh shit, we need to buy this pay-per-view."
Yeah. My favorite part though is when he shoves Cormier, because it's like, dude, you're not going to intimidate Daniel Cormier. He's not going to back down. That's not that dude will stand to anybody. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, like I said, you could tell it was totally a work, because it just felt like I was watching WWE. You know.
Just because we're on the subject of UFC, it's been far too long since we went to the old whiskey and watched one, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think they carry him anymore, but we'll have to find somewhere.
Those sons of bitches.
Yep, so we'll have to figure something out.
I'm twirling my mustache in disgust.
That's fair. That is totally fair. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about with that. I just thought it was kind of interesting. Happened like
Fair
2
enough.
weeks ago, but you weren't here last week, so I couldn't.
That's fair. Yeah.
So, all right. So we'll be back.
All right. Well, let's take a piss break, and then I'll get your reaction on the latest barrel series from Founders from you.
Right. Seems fair. All right. We'll be right back.
Sounds good. Sup, bitches? We back. We got beers. We got empty bladders. Blah, 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 blah.
All the things necessary to finish a podcast. So, all right, let's have us a drink of this.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm definitely digging the smell. You can smell like the bourbon on the smell. Yeah.
I need to have some sort of reggae music, some sort of Jamaican jam going right now. Some Caribbean vibe.
That is really interesting. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it does feel like there should be some sort of Caribbean
it's being enjoyed on a beach.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting at a bar and it's got like dirty palm fronds sitting above you and there's like one shitty ceiling fan.
Right. It's only got like, three things.
Open air. Flies buzzing around. They got those upside down little plastic shot glasses on the bottles to keep them out. That's the kind of bar that's what it tastes like to me. That's the vision I get when I drink this.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That seems pretty accurate. Oh man. It's funny though, cause, I still have that cough that I've had for 7-8 years. And, every time I drink alcohol, like that first drink, I'm almost like I'm, somebody who's smoking weed for the first time.
Like you take that pull and you're just like, smooth.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. 100%, sir. Oh man. So yeah. So
so what's your verdict on the Barrel Runner?
It's really good. I like it.
I mean, that's the first IPA. I mean, like Lady Space Violence nailed it. The first sip she took, she's like, rum punch. This tastes like rum punch. And that's exactly what it tastes. When you go down to the Caribbean, everywhere has rum punch. And that's what it tastes like. It's a rum punch beer. It's weird.
Right. Oh, shit. Let me correct myself, because a few minutes ago I said I could smell the bourbon on it. I meant rum. I don't know why I said bourbon.
The booze.
You know why I said bourbon is I'm used to barrel-aged stuff being bourbon barrels.
Yeah. I've had a couple rum barrel beers before.
Yeah.
But nothing stands out. This one's pretty delicious.
Until now. Yeah.
Until now.
Yeah, that one definitely stands out.
I like the fact a lot of breweries are aging beers in wonky barrels.
Yeah.
So I've had a lime type beer that's aged in tequila barrels.
That makes sense.
And it was amazing. I had it at a beer fest. It was so good.
Interesting.
So I just love the fact that they're doing that. Decadent Eagle, was it in bourbon barrels and in maple syrup barrels?
Yeah.
I mean,
then it was in my tummy.
Yes, as much as we could consume.
Not enough. That's how much it was. One of those few beer fest beers where, after drinking the little pour, it was like, I'm getting another one.
Yeah.
I think I got 3.
Beer.
Yeah. Ooh. I think I had, half a pint of it by the time I was done, because I liked it so much. It's weird, sometimes you find sometimes you find a beer like that you're like, I could just stand here and drink this until they blow the keg or we leave. you know?
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah. That's almost one of those ones where, like, if at Beer Fest, if you could buy, like, you know, a bottle or you know, cans or whatever, I would totally have been like, yeah, let me get a 6 of that and just walk around drinking them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up, just because I had to, I pulled up Grand Rapids Brewing's website. They don't have a Decadent Eagle right now, but they have a Spanish Eagle.
Okay.
Which is a barley wine, and it's made with Michigan maple syrup, and aged on Spanish cedar.
Interesting. I'm not usually, like, it's weird. Barley wines I'm real on, but we'll see. Well, we won't. I probably won't have that.
Here you go.
Yeah.
You know, this time of year, everyone has the blood orange, like Wits and blood orange IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
They have a blood orange sour, and the name alone caught me. Princess Unicorn's Bloody Red Wedding.
Wow. That is a long name.
Yeah, I would drink that. Anyway, I gotta get off this or I'll just go down a rabbit hole of beer.
Yeah, right. So, all right. Well, do you have anything before we get into the Q of the W?
Well, the last thing I really have is, right now, speaking of Lady Space Violence, she's in Chicago this weekend because she's going to, whatever the music festival's going on out there this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Warped? Is it Warped?
I think
maybe
that seems maybe right.
It's for her friend Ashley. Our friend Ashley's. Yeah. It's her birthday, and that's what she wanted to do. So,
oh, cool.
So she's in Chi-Town, you know, the Bay Area, and back down.
Stop acting like you're from the area.
I know,
Stop
which is weird because it's always weird when I'm like the lone gunman adult in the house.
Yeah.
So, you know. I got to restrain from throwing parties and getting stripper clowns and all that stuff. Yeah. Bouncy houses with those.
Right.
All that stuff. Do you think they have adult bouncy? Let's not get into it.
Okay. Really quick to answer your question, they do.
Yeah. Adult bouncy houses?
I've looked into it because of an unrelated situation.
With like sexy stuff?
Oh, I don't know about sexy stuff, but there's like
you imagine like adult bouncy houses / perfect for like a swingers club. So there's like different chambers in the bouncy house.
That'd be really weird, you know?
It would be.
Yeah.
It'd be like dude. I keep saying bouncy house.
Yeah, you do.
Bouncy sex dungeon.
Right. So as you're bouncing, would you have to like kind of get in rhythm with the people like directly like in the room next to you?
Yeah, you don't want to fuck them up.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You don't want someone to accidentally get bit or something, you know? Or
That's
worse.
True.
Yeah. Break a
Unless you're a complete jackass like we are.
Right. Yeah, we're just shoving them. Oh, man.
Exactly. We're in there on that flips and stuff.
Right, yeah, sure. Why not, right? Hitting everyone with RKOs. Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or diamond cutters, because they'll never see them coming. You know, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
I mean, you thought the diamond cutter was scary? Nude diamond cutter.
Okay. Oh my. There's worse things. I mean, you know. Can you imagine a sunset flip with, you know, when you're nude? I mean, that'd be no good at all.
Dude, balls first. That is a problem.
Like, God.
Jesus, that would suck so bad.
Yeah. It's like, I couldn't keep him wrapped for the 3 count. I just couldn't deal with his taint in my face the whole time.
I mean, I know like scrotum skins, like elbow skin, you know, whatever.
Sure.
But those you know, those testicles. If you sunset flip those testicles onto somebody, that's gotta hurt.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Jesus, the wind blows wrong and it hurts.
Yeah, there's that. Well, and if it was pro wrestling, you'd have to exaggerate the hurt also because, you know, like someone gets a groin shot in wrestling and they're down for like an hour, even though...
That's true.
I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a variety of, you know, you can get hit one time in the balls and you're like, wow, I feel kind of sick, but whatever. And then there is like the ones that you get hit and you're like, oh, I need to take a knee, you know?
Yeah, you get that like weird hollow cold pain in your lower abdomen.
Yeah. But it's like, not for 20 minutes. I mean, like, you know, I don't know. They way overdo it in wrestling, but whatever.
Well, if this is you know, sexy bounce house, or whatever we called it.
Yeah.
That's just refractory period.
Yeah.
So I had to roll around for 20 minutes. They're just getting ready for the next match.
That makes sense, yeah.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, there's a lot of tagging in those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Royal Rumble, that's a weird one.
Yeah, do they have to throw them over a top rope or something? Or how do you win that in a
I'm not
bouncy?
sure how to, there's definitely ropes involved.
Yeah. Of course there is, yeah. Oh my. Oh my.
I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, I got, that's pretty much it. It's just, my wife is in Chicago and it's weird.
Okay, that's fair.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about a Q of the W then, shall we?
Oh, shit, son. You mean QW I wasn't here for?
Yeah, in fact.
But I answered on Facebook because I'm a loyal, salty language person.
Right. I was just going to say that's the first order of business is getting your answer. Because last week I asked, what would your go-to crotchpot dish be?
Well, and then I responded, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I feel weird reading my own answer, by the way.
Yeah, it's all right.
It says, well, since I wasn't on this episode, I feel obligated to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because crotch pot.
Right.
So, the base would be cream of mushroom soup.
Right.
Layer in some cocktail onions, some baby turnips. The protein in the soup is going to have to be smoked sausage.
Of course.
So I present for the judges the finest of crotch pot cock and ball stew.
And disgusting.
And disgusting.
Yeah. Which pretty much probably would sum up anything from the crotch pot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just, you know what? Because I'm that guy, I just liked my own answer.
Oh, what? What?
So, our pal Dev, he says I'm making borscht. Purely because I feel the structural integrity of the crotch pot is not good. When that bitch breaks, I want people questioning my state of health.
Yeah, I mean, you picture you're out for on a nice nature hike, and then all of a sudden your crotch pot bursts with borscht in it.
That would be a problem.
Be like, whoa, dude, I got some Gold Bond if you need it. Like,
oh God. Philip, he says 2-pound boneless pork loin, seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic, grain powder, mustard seed, cayenne pepper, and chili powder, and for the last hour or so, a half bottle of Gates Hots and spicy barbecue sauce.
oof,
If his crotch pot bursts, that's a problem.
true.
I don't think you want Gates Hot and spicy barbecue sauce in your pee hole.
I'm gonna go.
You thought shampoo was bad.
I've never had that happen, but I'm gonna go with you on that. I'm pretty sure it's probably a no bueno.
Yeah, that can't be good. That can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, she says, am I reading this right? Which I respond with yes, and then a link to the crotch pot.
Right?
And then our pal Jared, he says pork roast and veggies or a nice stew, which makes me think he read that crock pot.
Well, stew was my answer because, that's what I'm making anyway.
Stew.
Yeah. Beef stew. Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely have like a food truck, stew.
Right. No, we're too busy
All
getting
cooked in a
the
crotch pot.
No, we're too busy getting the Handy's truck made.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yes.
Okay, Handy's truck, it could pull the stew trailer.
Okay. That works.
Beauty.
I like it.
And then I also shared our Q to W after I answered it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then our pal Doug, remember Doug, Brian, from Canada?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Lingerie?
Doug Lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
He just responds with, crabs?
Doug, you should probably get them looked at, man. That's
Which, crotch pot crab boil. I mean, come on now.
oh man. You picture that? Oh man. The old crotch fish boil there.
You say crotch fish?
Yeah. You just dump it out on the table with some corn and potatoes.
Yeah, you unzip and then bust open the crotch pot.
Yeah. Just like when they just dump the crawfish boils across the table with all the stuff,
Oh yeah, got the corn and the potatoes in there.
Yeah. Perfect.
Maybe a tampoonie.
That's probably no good.
Fine, whatever.
I mean, if you want to have that in your crotch pot, that's fine.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like having a silica packet in a thing of like supplements.
Right.
Something's got to eat up the moisture.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. There is going to be a lot of moisture there. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah, I actually, now that I think about it, I don't think you want a dry crotch pot recipe.
Yeah.
I'm making crotch jerky after all.
You could. I mean, you do like dried meat stuffs.
I do like dried meat stuffs.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. I don't know.
I kind of feel like crotch jerky. I just gotta stop.
I feel like if you have crotch jerky, you should probably get some lotion on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was thinking this is more of like a labia situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's a little
like crotch jerky specifically for the ladies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then I just realized I just need to stop talking.
That's a good instinct.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes that kicks in.
You should develop it more often.
Very rare.
It's pretty rare, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what do you got, Brian?
Over on Twitter, I don't see anything. So if somebody sent one in, somebody may have sent one in, but we've kind of gotten buried with notifications recently, so it's much harder to find them. And I searched the Q of the W hashtag and didn't see anything. So if I missed it, point it out to me and I'll read it next week or whatever. Or maybe I won't. Depends what kind of mood I'm in.
Wait, so there was nothing on Twitter, Brian?
No. Sorry.
Horseshit!
I agree. And I gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed. We didn't get one from Cheeto Bandito either. So, Cheeto, if you're listening, this is one we need you to answer.
What?
Because this seems like one that, be right up your alley.
Cheeto.
It's alright.
Disqualified!
I'm sure he's got his reasons.
Does he?
I don't know. I said it.
You know what?
Maybe.
Dude, you know what this did to us?
Made us sad.
Deep hurting.
Nice. Man, that's a great pull.
All right.
Big fan. Big fan. All right.
Deep hurting.
So, whoopsies. I had the wrong thing. Oh, no.
Oh, no?
Oh,
no!
I hit him with a bullet in the chest. Oh, no. I know Fluffy Bunny Ash sent one, but I don't see it here, so I must not have sent the message to myself.
Q zooming in on her email address. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Da, 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 da. Something like that.
I thought you were just going to keep doing the karaoke hour. I thought Art Garfunkel was here for a minute.
Negative.
No?
If it was going to be karaoke hour, it'd be, whatever the fuck that guy's name we were dropping earlier. Michael McDonald?
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'd be back.
Right. Or we'd be playing.
I lost her little answer. Ooh.
Oh, shit. All right.
Something like
I found it.
Oh, okay. I just found it.
Oh, man. She
it's
says,
not Brian's iPhone.
She said the first part is optional.
Right, I'm done.
So,
okay.
But I'm deciding to read it. She says, before I enter, I need to make a comment on this product. Now, while I've had my share of experience handling that area of a man, I have no personal experience with the day-to-day upkeep and care of that area. But I thought that testicles were supposed to stay a little cooler than body temperature for best fertility. Which is accurate. Unless you're like me and don't care about the fertility part.
Or like me in science.
Right. So is putting something to insulate the heat hot enough to supposedly cook something a good idea to be putting next to your junk, no matter how leak-proof the bag?
Holy shit.
What?
We're cooking food off of future dead babies.
You're right. You're right. It's pretty cool. Wait.
Man, there you go.
Yeah. Who knew, right?
Who knew?
Anyway.
Right, who really wants a live round shot? Let's be honest.
Right. She said she wasn't quite sure how to approach this. Her brief research into the product seemed to show males, cartoon characters, using it, so I'm not sure on if it's as effective for women to use. Like, I don't drive, so I walk everywhere, even on really hot days. Like a couple of weeks ago, when I was out walking steadily in the hot sun for a whole day, even then I would not have said my crotch got hot enough to cook anything. Also, I'm unwilling to walk around with a carrot or thermal bag stuffed up my cooch.
But for science.
No, I don't. No, I'm with her. I don't think that's the best idea.
She made a new show, Master Cooch.
Right? Wait. Oh, God.
Or a terrible Transformer.
Yeah. That'd be really bad, yeah. Just transfer into a big...
Is that a Brahma bull? It's a female reproductive system.
Oh. Okay, all right. She said, I was stumped as to how to approach this. Then it hit me. My crotch pot might not get hot enough to cook food, but it could keep it warm. So my recipe is a couple McDonald's cheeseburgers shoved in there to stay warm till you've hiked to the camping spot. Specifically McDonald's for 2 reasons. 1, you don't want to ruin good food by putting it in a bag by your sweaty crotch for hours, says you. And 2, so you can be like Terry Crews, because he was fucking awesome in the Adam Sandler Longest Yard remake, where he smuggles McDonald's to other inmates and always pulls it out of his pants.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So, I agree. I liked it. She's right, because you're less likely to ruin McDonald's by sticking it in your crotch.
I don't know.
No?
I don't think a soup can be sullied with a little crotch patina.
Maybe. I don't know. You'll just have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This stew could have used more time in your crotch. It's garbage. I'm trying to channel my Gordon Ramsay, although I really don't know how he talks.
Right. Yeah, it's just like that.
I know he's got a floppy hairdo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably never used a crotch pot, so how Master Chef is he?
What if he has?
Right?
That's what we need.
What if Master Chef, they just missed the letter and he's actually Master Chief and he's fucking up aliens
That'd
on the side?
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
That would be cool.
There needs to be a show. I don't know if this already exists or not, but if it hasn't, it should. A show where you take somebody who's, like a renowned chef, and they get to try out, like, all the dumbass kitchen gadgets.
That would be amazing.
Like crotch pots and all those pots and pans on TV that allegedly burnt cheese doesn't stick to, and that grill cover that you and I made fun of for like half an hour.
Oh, God, it was so fun.
Yeah. Like that's...
Yeah, the slapped chop.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I need this in my life. I want someone to use what's that thing where it's like, you can make a whole breakfast of 1 griddle cake, an egg, a strip of bacon, and a piece of toast and 1 appliance. What? That thing.
Yeah.
I want like Gordon Ramsay to use that in a video, and then for him to promptly unplug it and then beat the guy to death who it came up with it.
That seems fair. Yeah. Because that stuff is all so hard to make otherwise.
Yeah, I can't possibly. I couldn't do that with my pots and pans I have in my kitchen.
Right, not at all.
No way.
No. And I mean, who likes toast out of a toaster? Ew,
Yeah, what the fuck? Gee, What am I, a peasant?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Also, the other part of the show is that the foodstuffs that's made in it is then served to other chefs. So they can sit there and, like, rip it apart, basically.
Yes, I like this.
Boom. Done.
As seen on TV Chef.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yep. I know.
I need that in my life.
They probably wouldn't do it because there's always that chance that one of these days one of them will back a dump truck full of money up to them and get them to endorse something, but,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as silly as it sounds, my mom bought one of those copper pans. It's like fucking nothing sticks to it.
Yeah.
Woo! One of those things.
Yeah.
And it's pretty legit up at the cottage.
Yeah.
Like you can throw an egg in it and cook it and you don't have to put butter down. Although I want the butter flavor.
For sure.
So fuck you, copper pan. Stop getting in the way of my fat.
Right.
But it's a pretty legit nonstick pan. Which, I can only assume they got the technology from Roswell.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the 50s. Mm-hmm. They pulled that pan out of an alien spaceship.
Yeah, probably.
Now it's us.
Yep. They reverse engineered it, and boom. Now it's as seen on
alien
TV.
Camping gear.
Yeah, before they leave, they're like, do you have your nonstick pan?
Yeah, like, oh shit, you're right. How else am I going to cook over the fire?
Right? Like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
I
almost forgot that.
Would have had to turn around.
I need a bottle for my propane stove.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're so advanced.
Yeah, yes, they're super advanced.
Yeah. So, all right. So, that's it for last week's Q of the W.
So, I guess we got to go with one of these guys.
I like what you got. Good job.
Yeah. So, this week's Q of the W. Each week we're like, hey, send us Q of the W's because we're lazy. We don't want to come up with them ourselves. Whatever.
Well, and, most weeks we go, hey, send us Q of the W, and here's what we get. And we cry in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pretty accurate.
This week, though.
This week, however, Fluffy Bunny Ash sent in another one to us. And
it's because she is like the darling of the show.
She cares. Yeah.
She cares. Mm-hmm. And I feel that care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And not like, the woman at the bar.
Right.
She cared a lot, but it was different. That was caring with her nethers.
Yeah. I always like a good nether hug. I'm just saying.
Right. Who doesn't?
What did Fluffy Bunny Ash send us to answer? I love not knowing. This is great.
Right. Okay.
He's a beer. She
asks, what beloved childhood character or icon creeps you out?
What beloved childhood?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, this isn't my official answer, I don't think, but when I was a little children's, I had this Oscar the Grouch thing that he would pop up out of the garbage can, like you had a little squeeze gimmick with it, and when you squeezed it, he would kind of pop up out of it. And apparently when I first got it, it scared the living hell out of me.
A lot of times those toys like that do that to kids.
Yeah.
It's no wonder you don't like homeless people.
Right. I am totally anti-hobo, yeah.
That's why they get such a bad rap on Salty Language.
That's right.
Yeah, it all makes sense now.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to think of something else, though, and it's, there's different things.
I can't think of a TV show type situation where I was like, that character is a ghoul.
Right.
But what does get me is, and I never had it, but my cousin growing up had a Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah. Those things were creepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He opened up like fucking Soundwave. Not as cool, though.
Not as cool at all, yeah.
Not as cool.
There was no laser beak flying out of him.
Yeah, no laser beak, no Panther or whatever, and what was the little dude, Rumble or whatever?
Panther.
I don't know, whatever the little cat was.
It was a jaguar of some sort, but I don't remember if that was its name or if it was something else, but yeah.
I'm sorry, did you say jaguar?
Yes.
When you meant to say jaguar?
Jaguar, yeah.
His tape came from the jungles. Yeah, but you put in, and then you put the stupid tape in and it'd be like, I'm Teddy Ruxpin, let's fucking hang out. And his eyes would open, his mouth would move, and it was weird.
Yeah, well, the reason it was weird.
Those toys didn't exist when I was, before that.
Right. Well, and plus his eyes were dead.
Like, oh, this is how we all die.
Yeah.
You say his family was all dead?
No, I said his eyes.
Oh,
his family.
No wonder.
Wow, yeah, that turned real dark.
Teddy Ruxpin, they killed everybody I know.
Let's hang out.
Let me tell you stories.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was not a fan.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of TV shows and stuff, and I was like, fuck that guy. But even even watching like G.I. Joe, most of the villains were like, yeah, I get it, you know?
Right, most of them were just funny or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was never really a creeper.
Yeah, and even ones like Mumra didn't really creep me out. So
No.
that's like, yeah.
I mean, you know, there was the different strokes. The guy had the bike shop, but he had needs, man.
Oh, dude, no. Poor Dudley.
That's it, Dudley.
No, Dudley was the kid.
Whatever.
Yeah. Poor kid. Yeah, I was trying to think of it. It's like, I love this question, but I can't really think of, like, the Oscar the Grouch one's probably the best one, but I didn't hate him on Sesame Street. Like, I loved him on Sesame Street, so I don't know.
'Cause he was a dick.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck you, bird.
Yeah.
That's, if they could have it unedited, that's basically what would go on.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bird's walking through the alley, and Oscar pops out. Get the fuck off my turf, bitch.
Right. Winging used condoms at him. Yeah.
Oh, God. This one's full of AIDS, punk.
Like, how do you know that?
God damn it, Oscar. Because I played.
Yeah, I filled it. Yeah. Oh, my. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I can't think of, honestly, the thing that probably creeped me out when I was a kid the most would have been, like, various, like, dolls, like various baby dolls and stuff, because some of them are just so fucking creepy, They still are. Yeah. Like, I remember going to different people's houses and, whether it's in, someone older who had some just sitting around their house or whatever, and it was just like, you'd look at them and just be like, this thing's going to kill me in my sleep. Like, I just know it, you know?
Like, yeah, fuck that doll.
Right.
At about 12:52 tonight, I'm going to tackle it and ground and pound.
You just keep a lighter handy.
Yeah, right.
Gets near me, I'll just melt its face. Oh, man. Yeah, so I guess the Oscar the Grouch will be mine, but it was more because it was a toy. And I guess the popping out of the garbage can freaked me out or whatever. I don't know. Now
that'll do it.
I might even still have that, actually.
Really?
Yeah. So,
like buried inside your head, or
no, like somewhere like over my storage, because I still have some.
They're going to do the MRI, and there's Oscar the Grouch.
That's possible. Wouldn't shock me.
Right?
There's room for a small family up there. I mean, my head's like the size of a New York apartment.
Accurate.
Yeah. Only I could rent it out for that much money.
Dude, that'd be amazing.
Right?
If you could rent out your head, it'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as it doesn't affect my day-to-day operations,
Well, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah. So, I feel like, I kind of feel like we've let her down on this one, because we don't...
this might be something to revisit in next week's show, because I feel like there's a movie... Oh, you know what? I got it, and I don't remember the name of the movie.
Okay.
There's an animated movie when we were kids, because we're old and stuff,
right,
that involved mice and owls and shit. Secret of NIMH.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
That movie fucked me up.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember seeing that until I was a little, like, old enough to where it, didn't bother me at all, so. I could see where that could, though.
Flashing, like sitting here in this chair right now, I don't know why it did, but I have the feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
As a guy that's not super connected to his feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie fucked me up for some reason.
Right? When you mentioned G.I.
Damn, a Secret of NIMH.
When you mentioned G.I. Joe, I was just thinking about the fact that when they did G.I. Joe the movie, the Cobra La characters kind of freaked me out.
Right.
Like, I wasn't a big fan of how, like, snaky and stuff they got.
Well, what about when Duke took a snake to the chest? He was like, "Yo, Joe."
Exactly. Yeah.
Because, you know, he was so into G.I. Joe, he said their battle cry as he died.
That's right. That's right. He never died, Tony. He lives on in our hearts.
He does live on in our hearts and our dreams.
Yeah.
And then his shitty nephew, or whatever the other guy was like, I'm going to become the best G.I. Joe ever now.
Then he gets shot in the head. No.
Yeah.
Oh. You were the best for 2 minutes.
Fucking G.I. Dude, how great was that week, though? Monday morning, they're like, school. Let me get a bowl of cereal and turn on TV. Oh, shit. 5 days of G.I. Joe the movie.
Yep.
Hosted by Sergeant Slaughter.
Yep.
What?
Yep. Like,
Yeah, that was
wow.
the best week ever
What is
for
going
me,
on in my
that shit.
pants?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that was the week my other ball dropped, Tony.
Right?
Welcome to the
I
party,
have
ball.
Fruit Loops and a raging erection. This is amazing.
That's the only way to eat Fruit Loops.
Yeah, for sure.
While having
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
very furious erection.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn right. Sugary cereal and a throbber. That's what we're talking about.
Wow, that's graphic. Oh my. Oh geez. All right, so that's the Q, the W of the week. What beloved childhood character or icon creeps you out?
Wait. Creeps us out now or then?
I'm gonna go with
Because if
that.
it's now, it's fucking Cosby, man.
Well, I mean,
Picture Pages was my shit.
wow. Holy shit, that's a pull.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Hey,
Well, how about this? If
Hey.
people want to answer then and now, but I definitely want then. I'm curious of what people were afraid of it, or, creeped out by as children's. But if you want to also include now, that's perfectly okay.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So I got thrown the obligatory.
Show me what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, thanks to Fluffy Bunny Ash for sending the question in. And yeah, if you'd like
If you
to,
want to get worshipped and praised like Fluffy Bunny Ash, send in a Q to W, motherfuckers.
right, we'll tell you all about all the ways to do it here in a few minutes.
Exactly. Look what her question did. We talked about old school cartoons. We talked about cereal and erections.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It was a whole thing.
That's right, it was.
That's actually the name of my metal band, Cereal and Erection.
Nice. We're going to tour together. Cereal and erections with 3 inches from getting fingered. Oh my. What a tour.
What a tour.
Yep. One more, I forgot to mention this earlier. I had one more story, which was it was announced today that, they're bringing Clone Wars back.
Really?
The cartoon. Yeah. Or
Right.
the animated show, I should say. Yep.
I never finished the Clone Wars, so how could they bring it? I mean, I know I've heard it. It's so good.
Because it
but I mean,
doesn't-
it's just gonna.
It doesn't really there's not a true endpoint they easily can pick up where they
Just
left
okay.
off.
All right. See, that's what I was unsure about. If there was an actual
Yeah.
definitive end, how
Yeah.
they're going to do that.
Super
but if there
excited.
wasn't one,
Yeah. I love that show. It was so good. Especially toward the end. Like the last few seasons, it got really good.
right?
There's plenty of good episodes, but the last few seasons, I think they were a little more focused on a certain story they were telling, and I think that led to better episodes, but,
Nice.
yeah. So, pretty excited about that though, cause not that there aren't enough episodes of it, cause, typical Cartoon Network, there's over 100 episodes, so time to stop making it. And,
Yeah. Oh, we're just hitting our stride. See ya, bitch.
yeah, that's what they do though, that's enough for syndication, so they don't care after that.
What a bunch of
Jerks.
twats.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
Canceling good shows. Sons of
I
bitches.
know, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so I figured there's quite a few people that will be excited about Clone Wars coming back.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm one of
That
them.
and Hobo Gulch animated series, I can't wait.
Oh man, I wish.
That'd be amazing.
That would be so good. I'd be so happy if that happened.
Oh, fuck yeah, because think of our bankrolls.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
right.
definitely appreciate it more if we got paid for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter how terrible it is.
Oh, it'd be horrible.
Right? Not that this really affects you and I, but apparently it also looks like Buffy is coming back.
Like, as in Vampire Slayer Buffy?
Yeah. Like
What's her face? Blondie McBlonderstein?
It looks like it's a reboot. Says Joss Whedon will executive produce it. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that.
I feel like the geek community is going to be like, part of them is going to be really excited because more Buffy, but I think more people are probably going to be like, yeah, we don't want like a new cast. You know, we want just more of what was it. Just like if they were like, hey, we're rebooting Firefly. I'd be like, no, unless those characters are back.
Unless it's the same crew, I'm not interested.
Right? I mean, or at least most of the same crew, you know, you at least try to work with us here.
Yeah, because I think the one guy's dead.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely is.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel I was never a big Buffy fan per se.
Yeah.
But if they're like, hey, we're bringing Buffy back and we got whatever her name is and everyone else involved.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, yeah.
Yeah, her. Mm-hmm. That'd be like, all right, cool. But I mean, I guess they really couldn't though, because, you know, I watched Marvel's Runaways there on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude who played Spike is one of the dads in Runaways.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like shit. It's for sure not a vampire.
He might be.
The vampires age like shit.
Maybe, you know, what it is like normally vampires can't age.
Time in the sun.
I was just going to say, but if they're in the sun, they prematurely age just like what humans do.
Yeah, because I'm looking at him. Jeannie and I are watching it together.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, that guy looks so familiar. And she's like, oh, it's Spike. I was like, huh? Oh, from Buffy? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Ooh.
Maybe he's just wearing old man makeup.
Yeah. That came on to him chronologically. That's nature, babe.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I get it. Like, even, Aurora Borealis, or whatever his name is, that played the other vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Angel.
Right.
He looks, although he kind of looks the same.
Yeah.
Like, dude who played Spike was like, I'm going whole hog on these wings and beers for the rest of my life. Aurora Borealis is like, I can still do pull-ups.
Yeah.
Or whatever his name is.
David something. Bornians or Bornians.
I don't know. I'm going to call him Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, I like that better anyway, so perfect.
It sounds sick.
Yeah.
It's probably his gamer tag.
Probably. That'd be a great gamer tag. I know Family Guy did a joke about it where they talked about, like, I can't remember, like, it's like, look, you can see the, like, David Borealis or whatever, and it was just like him, and he just winks at him.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, well, there you go. Figured if we're gonna, I just happened to see that as a trending thing on Twitter. I was like, why is Buffy trending? Like, oh,
just because I'm that guy. What does Sarah Michelle Gellar look like now?
Last time I saw her, she just still looked like Sarah Michelle Gellar.
2018. Thank you, Google. You're the best. Images, because why fuck around? Oof, that is not a flattering picture there. All the rest look good, though. Yeah, the one picture that pulled up, she looks like everybody's crazy drunk aunt.
Right.
But everything else, yeah, she's still looking pretty good.
But see, they could use that if they wanted to, because, they could make her the aunt of the new vampire killer or something. I don't know. I don't really give a shit, but I'm just saying. I was just looking to see if there's any. No, it doesn't. I was looking to see if it, anyone else was tied to it, from the original cast, but, apparently, well, okay. According to TV Line, it looks like there's going to be a black lead actress.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. We'll have to read more about it. But anyway. So yeah. So there's that. Yep. And, that's all I got, man. You got anything else?
I got about a third of a pint left, and that's about it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That'll be over quick
No,
enough.
I'm about spent over here, sir.
All right. Well, then, if you'd like to contact us, you can. Or, man, what am I doing? Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'm just doing it all over the place this week. I don't know, Tony.
Think about old Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Head over to saltylanguage.com. All of our social media links are there, past episodes, the enthusiasts that we've done. You can see the networks we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network, and...
God, I wasn't ready. Where is it?
Come on, man.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment. I know you're just fresh back, but come on, man. Henno was on top of it.
I wish I could color code this shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, everything's about color with you.
Goddamn, Brad.
Oh, man. So yeah, go check out those networks if you would. May find some other podcasts that you really like. If you'd like to help the show out, we'd appreciate it if you're shopping on Amazon to swing by our site first. Then click the Amazon banner. It'll take you back to, or over to Amazon. Doesn't cost you anything extra. And they give us a little taste, a little referral fee.
Yeah. They allow us to wet our beaks.
If you're using Apple Podcasts, we'd appreciate it if you would rate, review, and subscribe. If you have not already, make sure you leave 5-star ball wash review.
5-star ball wash.
Yep, we need
That's all
more.
we ask.
We need more reviews. Come on, people, help us out.
I know, right? Massage these balls.
I don't know that that's going to help our cause.
But would it not?
Yeah, okay, you're right.
How do we know until we try?
It's a good point. I shouldn't
Thank
rule
you.
anything out. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
If you're using Stitcher or Spotify or other podcast apps, please use the like or share options if they have them. That helps us potentially find, helps new listeners find us. I can word that.
Don't you want more people to listen to this bullshit?
Of course you do. Of course you do. If you'd like to send a Q of the W to the show, you can email it to us at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony, but barely.
Right.
If you really want to find me, hit me up on salty_language on Snapchat, although that hasn't been as much lately either.
Yeah, I'm at Ninjitsu.
I'm more of an Instagram guys.
Mm-hmm.
The Monotony, I think I am.
Yeah, I think so.
On Instagram.
Seems right.
I could be wrong. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just, you know me, I'm like social media not ADD. Yeah. Stuff. I don't like social media.
Well said.
Thank you.
Oh,
You know, I've been working on that dissertation for a while. Been waiting to present it on the show when I just go, stuff.
Right. I like it. Like, okay, Tony, it's your time. Stuff.
That's how my interviews go. Do you have any questions for us? And I just like nice heavy pause. Stuff.
Right. You scratch your
This
balls.
interview's over, and I hang up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the right answer. How dare you, and hang up.
Yes. You want me to question you?
Yes. Yeah. All right. So there's all the ways you can contact us. If there's something we didn't say, it's over on the website. So yeah. So until next week, have a beer. You'll be fine.
Man, stay salty, you sons of bitches out there. Remember, you're only 3 inches away from getting fingered. That's all I'm saying.
It's accurate. It is accurate.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's almost like a warning.
It kind of is. Yeah.
Kind of spooky, isn't it?
Right. And make sure you continue to care with your nethers.
Nether hugs?
For all. Yeah.
Nether hugs for all. And to all a good night.